Hello. For like a quarter of a second there, everybody's reactives were their regular reactives, and then they weren't. I'm gonna have to
turn back.
I'm gonna have to like put the reactive images in the stream, like the other thing, like the other stream scene, so that they load in that before I switch over to here. That way they don't ever have that option anymore. Hi, we're playing Curse of the Quietmarch.
Yeah, we are.
I'll quiet your march.
Hi, I'm Quiet. This is March. There's Curse. One of them's of. I don't know.
That's all of us.
Who's of?
You.
Can I be of and the?
Why do they call it the Quiet March when
Nice.
they of?
Guys.
Yeah.
Things happened last time.
Very true.
Things went down that I don't think we're ever going to be able to live down in the history of role plays.
It was fucked up.
It was. Why don't you tell me about it?
You first. I mean, if you ask me so fucking nicely, at least this time it won't cut out. The last time, in Curse of Quietmarch, Children Alpha, the most important child, is still missing.
No.
We have not found her brother yet. It's not
Child.
It's not of the other seas at the very least. And with this information, the team goes, clearly we've missed something. Because if this other child also had the same weird unicorn bullshit happen, then it must be somewhere. So the team goes back to ask our most beautiful, beloved Goblin Warrior King. We're not sure what he is. We didn't ask. We didn't stop to ask.
He's a giant slayer.
I mean, that's a title. It's not like that's not like a species.
Well, like that's his name. His last name is Giant Slayer.
His last name is Giant. We went to look for him. And after trading more food, he points out, oh yeah, I guess I did see some sort of child. I didn't notice the first time because you said children, the plural version. But since you're looking for just a child, then maybe I can help you there. Because I have seen maybe a single children, but not several children's. Yeah, the robes took that one. They just took that one with them. They found him. He was stupid, as all of the other C's are.
As all of children are.
As all children are, and now he is presumably going to go with them over there. I don't know. I'm just eating this unicorn pie. I'm gonna go to sleep now.
But aren't you doing recap?
What?
There's Lord Arno right now.
Yeah, I'm role playing, dipshit. Come on. Anyway, the team shows up to the village looking for our boy Indy to maybe help deposit children. Eventually the team splits off a little. K-Belly is going to go harass a shopkeep for a couple of hours and learn some important information about the guy who runs this place, the biggest dipshit of them all. He owns the road, he's the road owner, and he makes people pay taxes, and also loves wearing armor and cosplaying, even if he doesn't do shit or go anywhere. So he's just like a massive LARPer, and he's got the whole thing on kind of stand down with the Forge, because the guy that works the Forge is being forced by him to make him another set of cool fucking end game World of Warcraft armor, and he doesn't want to do that. There's only so many times you can make Death Knight armor before you want to kill yourself. And so that's what's happening over there.
I'm tired of this Death Knight spree.
another Death Knight armor. They all just look exactly. They all just look exactly like the Lich King.
Good.
Well, on the other team, they find one of the rogue guys. He's one of the blue ones. There's blue, there's yellow, there's red.
There's more,
These
but those are
colors
the
do
three
not have
main
any
three.
Those are the three main ones. And he's busy trying to find out how to gain muscle and protein, something he's not doing very well, considering he, instead of eating a balanced breakfast, he's deciding to take egg shots. But, you know, we can't really ask for everything in a guy. He informs us, after talking a little bit with him back and forth, yeah, some of like the guys that he was with that would be at that point like golden robes went into the forest, and I mean, we mentioned, yeah, we haven't seen them come out. That's a little weird, but you know, hope it goes well for you. And by that we learn a little bit more about the strata and how this place works. For example, you get tied to these robes, and they enhance your specific aptitude for what the robe is for. As long as you're there, and then you graduate, and you can do whatever. But that's kind of the you put on your status. What's the name? I'm looking for the name. Your class, your subclass on for a couple of years before you do anything.
Yeah.
And his subclass is a nerd, so it's not going well for him. But it's fine. It will go well later. Speaking of later. The team reunites after Cavalli makes some very confusing commentary on whether or not she is going to kill the mayor. And inevitably, she is talked down from trying to kill the mayor. Or it's still unclear what Cavalli was trying to do. She just kept saying the contract is sealed. She just kept saying the contract is sealed.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay.
Because that wanted poster, and they had a problem, so I had to deal with it.
There wasn't a wanted
There was
poster.
0 wanted posters.
There was no wanted posters.
Well, yeah, sometimes they don't have the wanted poster. They just have a problem that needs to be dealt with. Like, I haven't personally done a mission without a wanted poster, but you know, same thing. They want someone dealt with, so deal with them. That's how you get money.
Anyway, they talk a little bit about what to do, and he teleports behind them because he's small. And they talk a little bit further about the forge thing. And inevitably, they end up deciding to go over to the forge area to see if they can help the guy that makes the forge before they leave. And the forge guy is initially not very happy to have to talk about it, presumably because he's also being stalked out of his house by a guy who's like 7 times our size, and then another guy whose names are Dink and Donk respectively, according to this.
Yeah, look at Dink and Donk over here.
Yeah, Dink and Donk. And after some successful convincing by the team to make some what was it, like boar
Bologna, yeah.
what are these made out of?
Boar bologna.
Yeah, boar
Boar
bologna.
bologna.
After convincing them to make some gloves out of boar bologna, they take Hale over there while they both scream out how hot they are, and using the power of the
Wait, hold on.
lesbianism question mark.
It was not about how hot I was. It's how hot she was. She's the hot one. I'm just helping her yell that she's hot.
Yeah, the questionable lesbianism background music and interest from a guy who might be interested in finding ways to get strong from magic and food. Cliff temporarily regains like a reason to make things. He now has an apprentice with this guy. It's good to see that now they're together. I hope this has no consequences for this forge that can make literally anything out of anything. I hope this is okay. Nothing to worry about here, I think.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was last time. So let me go ahead and bring you over. I think I'll give you. I think I'll give you a couple of woundities, I guess. There you go. There's an woundities.
Yay!
There you go.
More women in my life.
Two woundities. Good job.
It's like she's here with me.
You guys all together were able to create these gloves, these boar leather like hunger gloves or whatever I fucking called them, which basically allow for Kyle, if she ever has food, if she ever eats for a brief amount of time after she eats, she's gonna gain +1 to all of her attacks and saves. Or like, no, all of her checks and saves. So basically all of her attacks and saves, but also more things than just that. Very neat, very cool, good gloves.
They were good. They as long as you're well fed.
Also, they don't feel or smell like boar bologna, so that's good.
That's good.
They don't just have to wear boar bologna on their hands. Good for them.
Yeah.
I'm glad someone got something out of it.
Yeah, the ideal outcome. Cries.
The crowd of people.
Already cried.
The crowd of people here, who have gathered because of not only the things happening, but also the music that Law was throwing down with their illusions, does not seem to even be close to parting by the time you guys are watching the end of whatever interaction is over there with the new people have crowned food hero, and by people I mean those of us that are here, all of us here.
They call him the 4-course meal.
You guys see pushing through the crowd what appears to be Ha'al, as Ha'al looks off to you guys. What is happening? What's going on?
I believe that
magic.
Yeah, actually, yes, that's a very short way to say it.
Magic normally doesn't draw a crowd such as this, but I suppose if something grand, if a grand enough feat were to, I brought the children to the ones in charge that I could trust here. There is a outgrouping of guard from the capital here, as always there are in the major towns, and I brought them there. They should be fine. I also explained the situation with the town to the west. Hopefully they'll get whatever help they deserve. What? You sure? Some of them are looking over here.
Oh, well, you see. Basically, Carvelli had the thought, hey, if this person's forge can, like, make anything, what if he made gloves out of bologna? And there they are on her hands, right there.
Those right there, the ones that are literally in her art right now.
If you don't want to tell me, you don't have to make things up. I understand.
Literally am telling the truth.
That is,
I am famously bad at lying.
You know what? You see, they're admiring us because there was a giant rock from the sky, and Law here punched it with all of their might, and then Fabio took all the pieces and
So
made
bologna
a
gloves.
shower.
Yes, bologna
there you
gloves.
Wow,
go.
that's crazy.
Apparently, the forge here is uncanny or something. It can make basically anything you want with whatever materials you have, as long as it's like, you know,
It's fascinating.
some kind of sense.
This crowd doesn't look like it's going to disperse anytime soon. Do you need to stay here for much longer? Do you need more supply? We will most likely. It will most likely take us a day or so to make our way to our next destination. So I'd like to get on the road as soon as we can, but
Look, we got boar bologna, and with some vegetables.
Oh, we do have less boar bologna than we'd have because it is now gloves, I believe.
Oh yeah, they also have those crackers that you consider bread.
I think that I think we're pretty much ready to go.
Well, I will meet you all back over at the party van, the partivan. If all of you need to make your way, I will make sure that the horses are ready to make their way out. We will, as I mentioned, most likely need to make camp at least once on our way out. But we shall see. We should be there within the next day or so. Are you to be making your way with us, or are we taking you back home, Miss Kyle? I suppose I'm making my way with you. I think.
Yeah, we're not separating until you reunite with your brother.
That one. That's what they said. Understood. Well, you see him make his way. He seems to have several bags of things with him as well, from his excursion out through here. But as he walks away, a large bag in tow, he's making his way back to the Partivan. That's what it's called now.
Oh, the Partivan?
Yeah.
We're set on that?
Yeah, it's the Partivan now.
Okay.
It's party
yeah,
and van, Partivan.
Fabio got all the meteorite pieces. They made a new currency and caused an economic boom.
I thought meteorite.
I think they're gone. I don't think you have to keep lying out loud.
Why must you lie like this? It's unnecessary.
I'm liking this story. Hold on. Okay.
You should write it down.
Yeah, and then Kyle, you with this economy, you were able to not just make these new gloves. You were able to make a sword out of I don't know, pantyhose.
Okay, so do we need anything else here?
The panty shredder.
Like a solid second of silence. Had to think about that one real good.
Yeah, I got the resources. Did you guys need information or anything?
We had gained enough information from that guy precisely, actually, pointing back to the guy over there who is currently being considered the food hero.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's
So, we should be fine.
I want you guys to come back to this place and just see him and just have it be like his head on, like, again, one of the big, like, bandits' bodies.
But the bandit's body is like in food armor.
It's like Dunk here, but instead it's wearing the blue robe.
That's a hamburger helmet.
I am known as the hero Good Burger.
We left for like a week.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
They changed the town name?
They named it after me. The hero of Good Burger.
After they killed the old mayor.
I can't believe you wouldn't even go for the low-hanging fruit of Burger Master.
Nah, I think
Well,
Good
can't
Burger
be-
is good.
Can't be Burger King because I think they're gonna die.
Oof.
Yeah, Burger King not doing so hot.
Monarchy is falling off everywhere.
I've mentioned this before. Brief pause in the role play. I've mentioned this before, but do you guys remember how Hardee's, or like Carl's Jr. to some people, used to be like a chicken place, and then they became a burger place?
I recall.
The same thing needs to happen to Burger King.
Opposite. Need to stop being a burger place.
Burger King's chicken wraps are actually pretty bomb.
Oh yeah, I like their chicken sandwiches. Unfortunately, the problem with Burger King's, less the burgers. I could tolerate the burgers.
I kind of can't.
It's their buns.
Maybe it might be the bun. It might be the bun. I don't know.
Their buns always come out funkin' stale
Every
as
time I
funk.
eat Burger King burgers, which is not very often anymore, mind you, they just do not. They're not it. man. They're just not it. They need to be Chicken King or something.
Oh yeah, I go for the chicken sandwiches whenever I do Burger King. But even then, the moment I get that dry
The Rat
ass
King.
stale bread, then it's like it's Jover.
They need to make it like a rap place and just call it the Rap King, and then like still use the same mascot, only bling him out.
Oh my god.
They need to make him like the '90s Chuck E. Cheese with the
Yes.
skateboard. Well, I mean skates and all that.
Yes. Anyway.
Totally radical.
Anyway, you guys at this point, if there's nothing else you guys want to do in the town, currently, again, it does not look like the crowd's going to die down anytime soon. It looks like the forge gets turned back on at one point, as if Cliff potentially is making something else already. Somebody seems to have already given him more shit. You do find that after a little bit of time has passed, there is a couple of other somewhat shady looking people off in the distance, but it doesn't look like they're able to do much of anything, you know, because gigantic ass fucking crowd of dorks over there doing their things.
I mean, what can they do? People are bringing him materials to make shit. They can't do shit about it.
Exactly.
Is that a fruitcake?
Gonna make the fruitcake blade. Fruitcake hammer.
It seems they're mostly bringing him food now.
I mean, hey, if it can be used like that, I mean,
Do you
we're
think
about to go bad.
Do you think
This
there's
is
gonna be
into a mini shield?
This is the opposite of a hunger strike.
Do you think there's gonna be a food shortage soon because of this? Do you think we might have hurt things?
Nah. They'll start.
Okay.
They'll start eating the weapons.
Just the na's all they needed.
Nah, don't worry about it.
But no, would you guys like to leave or do you guys want to stay?
Yeah, let's move out.
Okay. You guys decide to leave in the daytime here. You give a look back at Cliff. Cliff seems to be turning on the forge. You notice that there is a bit more of a pep in his step now that people are bringing him things again and he's working with his forge again. Mayhaps you guys might have warmed little Cliff up to working again. Good on you. Good job.
Yeah. And now we can be
He's
attacked
being
by
good, but they
bandits.
inevitably gonna hit him with clubs and knives.
You guys pass by the bar area where you see Indy just yelling fucking all of the worst obscenities over toward the people working the bar. You're not sure you want to be affiliated with them at the moment at the very
You
least.
guys
I've
maybe.
never heard that one before.
Cavelli's going to look to them, give a nod of approval.
You're just gonna have a nod of approval of them taking down the workers. You're anti-worker.
I love abusing the workforce.
Okay, when you put it like that, I won't nod.
You know, that actually was like a very deep cut. Like, I haven't heard that one in centuries.
What does that one mean, actually?
He's being very, very careful to not say anything racist, but he's saying things pretty bad.
Oh yeah. Ooh, I think
Borderline
that one is
sexist, that one.
Oh yeah, I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure that was like that used to be a spell in the dark arts. Ooh. I think it was a curse that like put boils on your face.
Oh shit. I don't know anything about magic, so I don't know.
Neither do I.
Oh, I should clarify there. I'm making that one up.
Oh, okay.
Or am I? Law, am I making it up?
I don't know. I just got here.
Well, you still know more than me about magic.
You guys make your way to the Pardivan. As you do, you find that Ha'al is getting the horses in the front ready. He looks back to you guys as he places the large bag that he had gotten into the front of the Pardivan, looking back over. Oh, you're back relatively soon. Like I said, I want to make my way out as soon as we can, but at the same time, I didn't expect it to be immediate. we could make some good time if we leave out right now, especially if you have anywhere else you'd like to make a stop at before we get to our destination.
Do we?
We shouldn't,
There
as
are
far as I know.
there are a couple of places that could be interesting to your journeys. Again, since we have a 25-year like long goal for this, you could make your way.
Seems quite generous, but yes.
Very much so. You could make your way over down to the southern villages that are near the edge of the kingdom of Solaris, at least this island of it. There's also the eastern edge, which would have the more structurally sound of the bridges. They use it for mostly cargo going off to the port town to the east. If you wanted to make any stops along from any of the forested areas, you could, though most of the forests around here, I believe, belong to the academy themselves. They are a known conjuration school academy, so a lot of their, I don't want to say the rejects of their summons, but they do seem to put a lot of their summoned creatures off and about the surrounding forests.
Well, you wouldn't put it as rejects, but they probably do.
Maybe, I do not know. Other than that, I believe that is mostly everything. We could just go straight there. If you see, he brings out like a rudimentary map, not like the one that you guys had seen from the witch, but like one that is more simplified than the one you see here. He mentions there is a bridge here. There is a stronger bridge here. Apparently, there is a bridge here. They each go to the center area. There is also, again, he mentioned there is a town here. There is the beach towns here. There's the port town over here that he said things about. There are the surrounding forests that are around this area. Nothing seems immediately drawing you toward anything else. If you guys want to just rush forward into your mission, you can.
Say we rush.
May as well.
Okay.
Because we don't know the fate of the brother yet.
We also know that apparently if we don't get there fast enough, they'll just fucking adopt them.
That's true. They did say that you had around a week for that, but at the same time, still difficult. And it'd be a week after they would show up.
Then we got to find him.
Mm-hmm.
And we gotta make sure that we can convince people that, to not do the thing.
And if we don't find them, then I have to keep the promise, and Kyle's just gonna be with us forever. I might have to be part of their polycule.
I'd have to get permission from my boyfriend and my girlfriend. I can't just make that decision myself.
Oh no, don't worry.
Communication and consent is key.
Well, yeah, I'll communicate with them that I have to do it because we made a promise.
Oh my god.
Also, what's a polycule?
Then what is the thing you are? Well, hold on.
I just didn't know there was a name for it.
That's we would generally call it a polyamory, at least back where I came from.
Oh.
Oh, we're in character now. Shit.
No, I'm playing. We're just playing around. We're just playing around.
We're just having
I
fun.
mean, that's what we're always doing, but all right.
You see, there's a word for it in our language, but it translates directly to law as polycule.
Lost polycule.
As you guys would get this information, you explain to Ha'al that you want to immediately go into the college, which is known as the Skyreach Academy, or Cloudreach. Fuck, I keep going back and forth with it. It's Cloudreach. I don't know why I keep going to want to say Skyreach. I think there's some other thing that's called Skyreach.
There's the Skyforge in the Skyrim, I believe.
No, there's something
thinking...
in particular called like a Skyreach that I think I keep on doing things with.
I think you're thinking of Sky High.
I'm not thinking of Sky High.
Now I'm lost. What are we talking about?
Well, I keep saying Skyreach instead of Cloudreach, which makes me think that in some media I heard Skyreach before, and now I'm reaching.
Uh-huh.
It is a place in Hammerfell.
Well, there we go. That might be it. Either way, Cloud Reach.
I think it's Sky High still.
You're wrong. I haven't thought about Sky High since the last time I thought about Sky High.
Which is 5 seconds ago.
You guys load yourselves up. As he said, it would take around a day or so to get to the end of everything. You guys find that whenever you go onto the roads outside of the great city of Arfwisk, you guys have to first off trail your way up very slightly toward the bridge leading over the river, at which point you guys go down toward the area down at the bottom.
Down to Goblin Town, down to Goblin Town.
You guys do find that after a little bit of time goes down, you do have to turn slightly into the forest because of the way the land is sort of contorted around the area. There is a very much a drop that would have taken you all the way downwards at one point, but you do have to make your way slightly into the forest. Upon going into the forest, you will find your first pit stop area at the start of this journey. Let me get you guys a little campy ground. Want a little campy ground?
Oh man, little campy ground.
Little
Oh my
campy
god,
ground.
a campground just for us.
Little campy ground. There it is.
That's crazy.
Such a good little
Okay,
campy
I'm
ground.
gonna go to Shadowheart and try and raise her up.
No,
Damn.
it don't work.
It don't work like
Where the
that.
fuck's that bear?
You guys find yourselves parked outside of just inside of the forest. You guys see a nice little fire pit that seems to already be here for travelers who would make their way through this area. It is not currently being in use. However, Ha'al does tell you that potentially other people come by. So anytime you see like a fire pit like this, there is a chance of others coming and being around you. But currently it does not seem like anybody is stopping by this current fire pit. As you guys are brought over and about, he goes to allow the horses to drink. He goes to get things sort of settled for the time being. You guys have the Pardivan to sleep in if you wish. You guys know that the the shutters of them come down to stop like anybody from getting in at it, so that's pretty good. But as you guys,
is there
Go
a
ahead.
sleeping bag?
Sure.
Then I'm taking the sleeping bag outside. That's where I'm sleeping.
Okay.
And I'm on watch out again.
You're a what?
I'm at watch out again.
Oh, okay. If you're
Looking for
sleeping,
bears, you know.
if you're sleeping, how are you watching?
I'm pretending to sleep.
Ah.
I'm
So actually-
I'm actually close to an insomniac because of my paranoia.
Ah, so I should give you
Should
give you
we-
negatives for tomorrow.
Yes.
Got it. Before we
Okay,
decide who's
good job.
before we decide who's resting up though, is there anything you guys would like to do during the camping phase of tonight? I'll put your only companions over by the campfire to note that they can be talked to.
Oh my god, they've got circles so you can talk to them.
And then there's you guys. You guys also have circles, but you know.
Yeah, check this shit out. Yeah. Just before anything, can I clarify that? Are we really deciding that the plan of action is that I'm going to pretend to be her dad?
Yeah.
That does not seem like it would go over well.
Why not?
You guys also know that's not the only
I-
reason you're going to Cloud Reach either.
It's not the only reason. I'm just also, just kind of clearing that one out.
Oh, here's the big thing. How are you supposed to pretend to be their dad while also telling the people
Also
of Cloud
being the
Reach,
guy who got here 2 days ago.
yeah, that you come from the king to do things?
Does the law say that out loud?
Yes.
Oh yeah, Kyle, you came from that world, right?
Kyle's over here. But yeah, if you wanna bring up Kyle.
Hey, Kyle, over here.
On my way, here I come. Had to leave my circle.
That's okay. We'll put it back.
Okay, so to make things work, you came from Law's world. Law, go tell them about your world.
I
No,
don't think that
I
would work
don't-
very well
Starts
either.
I don't know.
Rushing their hands like they solved the problem and
That's
I don't think that solves the problem.
why not?
Well, two people would then have to lie about things that they don't understand.
Yeah?
Do you understand that it would be a bad idea to lie any further than we have to?
Okay,
Our supposed lie can only stop at saying that the parents are not dead. We don't have to rope me into this. I don't know anything about anything.
I mean, neither do I. Do you see me stopping?
You
I
don't
wish
have
you
to.
would sometimes.
You don't have to pretend to be my dad. When it comes down to it, I feel like they should just listen to me. I know that Indy believes that them to not want to do that, but I mean, it's not like they can just kidnap him, right?
True.
Seems uncouth to do that.
I mean, okay. It just seems like
go
the
ahead.
lying would be easier, but what's your idea?
I was thinking, we could let them know that my mom and my dad are alive and alive and well, over at Archenemy, and I just came to get them
Oh,
because they're like old and stuff.
yeah, okay. Problem solved.
I know that Indy, he's thinking that we have to do a bunch of lying and stuff, and I do agree that sometimes lying is good, especially with this lie we're telling now. I feel like that's a lot more believable of one.
Yeah.
But there's also the fact that well, Indy has to lie a lot more because they're a Dragovic, and they don't trust anyone because of the way that they are. And I get it. I feel really bad for him. I wish there was something we could do for him.
I don't get this part. What?
Do you not know about Dragovics?
Looks to Law like, do you know?
Do you not
Makes us
understand?
so sign because we've been told, but I got that information 2 days ago.
So
Looks
basically,
to Fabio.
a Dragovic is any persons that's born with any kind of look about him, or any kind of feeling about him that give off kind of a dragon kind of thing, you know.
Draconic in nature.
It's also anyone. Go ahead.
Kind of like those guys we saw in the other town, right?
In the other town.
Like the guys?
Indy?
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking. Yeah. He's
We're
he's
literally
one.
talking about That is, we're
so
trying to
right,
explain.
Ellie, actually.
Oh, we're talking about them.
And
We are talking about him.
also, Dragovics are anyone who goes down into the Quietmarch and comes back up with any kind of look about him, or any kind of feeling about him that has looks of the curse that's down there.
The draconic
I'll
malady.
be honest, I'm catching up right now.
No, definitely. It's
Yeah.
good to reiterate.
No. This is Cavelli right now. I'm gonna be honest, I'm catching up. I just didn't call them that. I just called them, but you know,
Let's call
is
him
it
Indy.
is it rude or unrude to talk to them about that kind of stuff? Because I knew they were there, and I talked to them and their stories. Dragovic is not a word that got in my vocabulary. They said Dragovic to me. What the hell?
I think it's the same way for like looking over at you, Cavelli, and talking about Milim folk instead of specifically talking about hyena folk. Or talking to me and calling me a human, I guess, instead of a crownsman.
Yeah, I guess that's it. It's just, man, I do listen, but I guess some information just,
It's actually a little weird because specifically for Indy, at least from what I think of it, I've only just met him, but I believe he's a kobold. And they're like another whole type of thing, a whole type of creature. But kobolds, lizard men, a bunch of people like that, they all get kind of roped into it because they look as if they could be someone of a draconic malady. And whenever I think about it, my boyfriend and my girlfriend, whenever they go down adventuring in the Quietmarch, I've had to think about a couple of times about what would happen if they came back and they were all sick and things with the maladies. But
I had a really weird experience with the lizardmen.
Go ahead.
No, you continue.
Okay, all right.
Well, for some, if they're able to hide the malady, then
Sorry, I got scared.
for some,
I just watched them, take off their own skin and eat it, but continue.
for some, it's easier to hide the malady than other.
Well, me and my brother, we had talked about it actually, and if it ever did come down to a point where my girlfriend or my boyfriend would contract it just to be safe, I told the other that I would be fine moving down into the Quietmarch with them instead of having them try to come back up here. Whenever you try to come back out from the Quietmarch and you have the malady, sometimes it doesn't work out well for you. I've seen tell of adventurers that would make their way, but right at the gate, apparently they would have problems, and it's just a little suspicious to me that they would be perfectly fine right up until they saw light. I feel like maybe some of the guards are embellishing the story a bit. I don't know. I want them all to be safe whenever they make their way back up.
Isn't that a guard's job?
I believe that they.
Fabio, just silence.
Those are more the king's guard, not a local village's guard. Don't worry, Cavelli.
Oh, I can make those jokes. I mean,
yes.
I didn't sign up for anything. I just stand outside of town and stop boars.
I literally just stand outside of town, stopped boars.
They call me the boar
kind of
stopper.
I stopped arguments.
They call me specifically the boar stopper because that one boar I stopped.
I guess it could still be called a gab because the K is silent.
So, when it comes down to things like that, if you can hide it, it's easier to live. And for some people, you have to be very careful with how you act.
Mm.
Because when you're an Ardit, people could come to the decision that you're actually a malady.
Or a maledic.
Maledic, my
Hey.
bad.
No. You're fine. I heard that it was very similar. Whenever they find people that come up with a draconic malady, sometimes they just immediately call them maledics as well, but I think that eventually they started saying Dragovix is just almost a short term. So now everyone thinks that Dragovic means bad, and it's hard for the maledics who actually are born with those qualities that are good, and it's also hard for those who come up from the Quietmarch and still have all their wits about them, It's difficult. And I'm sure that it's going to be difficult for Indy as well. So that's probably why he's so mad at everyone. But at the same time, I don't think that we need to worry about everyone going to kidnap everyone. If we just show up and tell him that he's my brother, it should be fine. Hopefully. And if it's not, then I'll just steal him.
All right,
we
problem solved.
Or we could
What?
also leverage the fact that we're on a quest for the king.
Oh, that too.
Maybe the
But you don't have to. You don't
That
have to
would
do
be-
something. You don't have to do something like that for me. I don't want to. I don't want
Don't
to
think you
get in your
should.
way. I don't want to get in the way of your journey.
What'd I say? What'd I say if you? What'd I say in the town? What'd I say?
A lot of things.
You said a lot of things.
Okay, what'd I say about you and this mission?
But I'm hot.
Is that the only thing you thought about when?
Everything
Anyway.
else. Everything
You
else
did say that
disappeared.
several.
Everything else disappeared when you
say
told
that,
me to put
yeah.
my hands in the fire and kept calling me hot.
Yeah, I must admit that was like one of
I'm
the distracting things
talking
that happened.
about how we're doing this until we find your brother. What would inconvenience us is not doing that.
Hmm.
Besides, if we don't find your brother, then what are we gonna do then? I have to be with you forever? You're gonna have to marry Law, Fabio, myself.
But Law's
I'd
my
rather not
dad.
get married after that.
Oh, how? What?
Oh, wait, we're
I'm
not doing
lost
that.
again.
Right, we're not doing that. My bad. I guess it'd be fine to marry Law then if he's not my dad.
Yeah, we got rid of the dad story, so it's fine, Law.
All right, it's good to know that. I'm gonna clear that one out.
I think Law's into you.
I either way, we already had committed to helping you, right? It would not be a further stretch to ensure that you did not get into any incredible trouble at this place.
Hmm.
They seem quite influential too, so I wonder what might happen if you were to just steal him.
Whenever it comes down to it, I'm pretty I'm pretty I guess this is a bad thing to say in some circles, but I feel that since Cavelli is here, it'd probably be good to say it. I feel pretty confident in my burgling.
Confident, huh?
A little confident in my burgling.
How confident are you? Think you could steal this back? Has Law's pen, puts it back in his pocket.
How did you take that?
Oh, I
I
don't
think she's using her tail.
I don't think I would ever. I don't think I would ever steal anything from Law. No.
Can you give me my pen back?
I did. It's right. I tried to beat her to it.
I wasn't even going for it.
Well, I know that now.
You know what? It's fine. I have plenty of them.
I was training to do adventuring whenever I was on the farm, and a lot of times it was basically me going about to all of the different people at the place and telling them, hey, I'm gonna like steal something from you, but like I'm gonna give it right back, so don't worry about it. I just want you to know that it's there in case that, you know, you can catch me beforehand, and it kept me on my toes.
That was you?
Well, I was just talking about over at the farm. Maybe someone else has done the same thing.
I thought that was just a bunch of idiots. I mean, no, yeah, that's what I thought. I can't take it back.
So it really helped out getting my skills up. A lot of people
stealing
who
and then informing people that you stole from them.
I was telling them first so that they could maybe see me if they could, and if they could see me, then that means I have
You
to
were
work harder.
warning them.
Oh, yeah, but I wasn't gonna keep it.
So
I was using
are
it to
you-
train.
So hold on. Are you the Phantom Mask of the Night?
No.
Oh, that's someone else then. Never mind.
Alright, Phantom Mask of the Night. Let me add that somewhere.
And we both know what face claim I'm thinking of in my head.
Oh yeah. You think I don't fucking know that amazing man's?
I was thinking Metabots. But I
Yep,
was also
that's exactly what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Fucking Phantom Renegade, man.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
There
no,
you go.
I warned him. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna try to take something from your house. I'm gonna give it right back, but I want you to know that I'm doing it so that you can know that I'm there and you can keep an eye out so that if you catch me, that means I didn't do it right.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't you because theirs is like just their signature and their mask image.
Apparently, burgling's a really, really important thing down in the Quietmarch. There's almost like natural traps everywhere. Things that
Wait.
look as if other people set them up, but sometimes it feels like they came out of nowhere.
It just creates areas
I mean,
that
in a
lots of
way-
people have lived in them.
Yeah.
In a way, I came from nowhere.
People think it might be the things that happened on the surface that got dragged down into it. They think it got all warbly and mixed up and thrown everywhere.
Sure.
That's at least what my boyfriend seems to think whenever he's drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, yeah, I guess a lot of people up here aren't very sympathetic to a lot of the plights of the Dragovics or even Maledicts now that you bring it up over there. But since none of us have to really worry too much about that, and hopefully I can just go there and get him, and hopefully I won't have to do anything or say anything that will make any of your jobs harder.
Again,
Yeah,
it's not
What were you gonna
about
say?
whether it's not about whether the job's easier or harder. I mean, we just had a whole thing where we had to change up the plan and all that, and we just adapt. We just go. There's no easier or harder. It's just what we have to do to get by.
Got it.
Yeah.
I understand.
Besides, we have 25 years to complete our main goal, so we have plenty of time.
Well, you'll all be super old by then.
Yes.
I'm gonna age like
Elves work in mysterious ways.
I'm gonna age like a fine wine. My wrinkles are gonna make me look great.
Good for you, Kypelli.
I think you two
I'll be
will
in my
age well.
I'll be in my 40s by then. Oh, jeez.
Oh, the passage
Same.
of time is scary.
Well, either way, let's not jinx it. Like, Law might learn time magic and accidentally throw us forward and we'll be late.
Speaking of time magic, you guys know that for some reason around the place you're going, there's some strange temporal magics.
That is
Right,
true.
time magic. If you're saying it that way, it does seem that where we're going is, what's the word? Particularly temporal?
That's probably why the limit's so high, huh? Oh, they knew
You shouldn't
it.
know about
Not,
that. The king shouldn't know
not
about that.
sure. Yeah, the king don't know in Fury.
Well, maybe they're lying about not knowing, or wait, no, we learned.
From what you guys discussed with Ha'al, the king gave you the 25-year limit because he's literally like the only elf on the continent that actually has a long lifespan, so he probably thinks that that's like literally like a year for him.
Oh yeah. Cavelli's just making connections, aren't there? Don't worry.
Yeah.
She's allowed to. It seems to me that she's very good at it.
Well, at least we
So
know
long
what
with
we're planning, what we're gonna do. We just go there, ask about it, get him back, and then we do your thing.
Yeah.
You have any ideas on how you're gonna go about your thing?
Well, the process we described was quite simple. We'd had something to trade with them, and then we were supposed to talk to one of the higher-ups. At which point, we'd have something similar to a conversation we'd had before to convince them to do the job though we had gotten them for.
What's the thing
Yeah.
you're wanting to trade with them?
Bring out. I guess I'll just press it. Hold on.
Oh God. Let's see if it works.
You're about to witness snow the likes of many people have seen before. Give it some time. It takes some
Oh, there we
minute.
go. You have to zoom back
there
out.
you
You have
go.
to zoom out a bit.
I guess that's the button noise. Wait,
Perfect.
is there a better button noise?
Perfect. That'd be a weird noise for this to make, but I like it.
Why does it make that? That's a bad noise for it to make.
But no, you press it, you do find that the snow begins to make its way around the area. Not very thickly or heavily or anything at first, but you do know, according to the Dark Witch, that basically you have to leave this on for a while, basically, for it to want to pile up. You do find that whenever
weeks, you might have some winter.
you do find that whenever you put your hand out toward like a snowflake that falls, it lands in your hand, and unlike a regular snowflake, which you think would like immediately disperse, it does stick there for a couple of seconds. So it seems like it's slightly more resilient snow.
It's let me turn that off. It's a very strange artifact, but we believe that it would be of interest to them.
It seems pretty interesting. It makes a little flurry, like a little flurry maker.
I suppose in a very large scale, yes, it is some sort of flurry maker.
Oh.
You gotta be
and
careful.
the- Weeks worth. What is it now?
With magic like that, you might become a weather god. And people have to pray to you and shit, and I don't think you can handle all those people praying to you. That sounds stressful.
I would hate to mention the person that we got this from to you, but yes.
Well, yeah, but you're like, where are you from again? You're, what was it called?
Ohio.
Ohio, yeah. Like, unless they taught you how to be a god there, I think you're less suited, just like I'm less suited.
So is that like an artifact from Ohio?
No, this is from this place actually.
Oh.
This is an artifact from Ohio. I pull out my neck pillow.
Oh, I wonder what that was.
I keep thinking that's part of your coat. I freaked out. I thought you ripped it. Ah, I hate
have
that
to
thing.
admit, it is quite convincing at looking as it is. It is part of my coat when it is quite, in fact, not. It's a pillow, you say.
So why do you have that noose around your neck?
Oh, you mean my tie?
Yeah.
It's merely a formal wear back where I'm from.
Wait,
Oh,
they
that's a
make
tie?
you...
I thought they were like little. I thought ties were like little knots.
So they make you wear a noose around your neck while you work? That sounds morbid.
No, remember, there are ties. You know those little things where they make little butterflies on your neck?
Oh yeah, those things.
And that looks like a long. It's like a caterpillar version.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
See, it's either got a knot right there, so it is already tied, so it's even longer.
Is the knot part there? Is that the head of the caterpillar?
I suppose in a way it would be the end. I guess I'll just untie it while we're talking about it. It's really just a long piece of cloth that you wear around your neck.
Oh,
Ah, and you could hide a blade in there.
you could hide a blade in
I
there.
don't believe so. It is a very thin cloth.
Oh, you could have like a really thin blade in there,
Like a
I
throwing
suppose the
dagger.
blade
or
was
like
very
like some
explosive.
needles.
Well,
have,
you
like,
can
poison on
hide
them.
something in there. In fact, Law puts a hand on your shoulder,
Don't do that.
looks to you for a second. You should see what's hidden in your tie right now.
I'm holding it.
Yeah, she just stuffed one of your pens in. She wasn't hiding it.
She just put it in.
Like,
Yeah.
keeping eye contact with you, just pushes the pin into your hand.
No. Like the end of the tie where there's like that little hole.
You wouldn't know there's a hole there. You don't know what a tie is. You wouldn't know there's a hole there.
You don't know anything.
You are actually correct. We're going with your version.
You just gave me my pen back.
Imagine if that was a knife, though.
Do you want my pen? You seem to like it a lot.
No, it's the idea of taking the pen away from you and giving you it back.
I have more. I have more.
I don't even know how to write.
You could learn.
I took one of my pens as soon as you started doing this and put it inside my inside of my freaking briefcase so that you couldn't get to it. So I always have at least one pen.
I actually put 2 just in case. You never know.
No, you don't get it. I don't want the pen. I want to take it from you. Get it?
She likes showing off her skills
I'm
at
giving
stealing.
it to you. I'm giving it to you. And I thought you were taking it.
No.
I give 1 pen to her.
Man, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Men are pretty stubborn.
I don't want the pen. I want to take it from
Well,
you.
luckily for you, you don't have it anymore. Kyle holds up the pin.
Oh wait, yeah.
I took it when you leaned over to me.
Good, yeah.
I think you were too distracted though, so it's fine.
God was distracted. Just
Here you go, you can have it.
It's probably good to go for training on this.
I don't
Cavelli's
want-
stealing somewhere in there is pretty much
don't-
guaranteed.
wanted the pen. I want. Throws it in the fire. There, no one
was
gets
my
the
pen.
pen. No
my
one
pen.
gets it.
That was your pen.
No, it was my pen, so I threw it in the fire because it was my property. But I didn't want it.
It was my gift to you.
Well, I burnt your gift in the ashes. All right.
That's quite cruel.
Yeah, it is. Good night.
Goodbye. I'm sorry they burnt your
Sure.
pin in the ashes.
Don't get why she did that.
She seemed
it'd
really
probably be
embarrassed.
better here.
I don't know why.
Quite chicken, yes.
I think
Actually,
she's
no,
just
this
I
was
think
quite
she's
fun.
just getting used to being around people.
It does seem like it. I was handing her the pen to mess with her, to be quite honest.
Fabio, you're way over there. Get over here now.
Well, you see, my wings are quite big. I don't want to.
Leave your circle.
I like to imagine Fabio was cleaning their wings. That's why he was
just
away from
preening, just
everyone.
preening a little bit.
It was preening, yeah.
A little bit of preening, you know.
Have like a little. You have like a little stick. You're like just like moving it between the feathers a little bit. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Start chewing on the little bugs that end up in your wing. I mean, kidding.
So anyway, our plan is seemingly pretty simple. We ask for your brother back, and we do our job.
I mean, if you think that place would be really interested in that thingy right there, in that flirty thingy, then it should be good to do whatever you need to do. What exactly is your job?
We are collecting a powerful mage for the king.
Oh. I mean, if you're looking for a powerful mage, why didn't you get that guy that was back there, the one that was gonna be a hero or whatever?
It was a very specific type of power for mage.
Oh.
For him, from what he explained, the blue robes are more academic focused, while the other robes do more actual magic
Right,
things.
you're probably looking for someone in like one of the gold ones then, the ones that had the big potential.
Probably.
Either way, it would be someone with an extreme ability or at least natural power. So, that's who we will be looking for.
Do you know anything about them? Can I help?
I mean, technically speaking, we weren't given like a specific person to go find.
You were given a specific person to go find.
Yeah, the question is, do we tell her?
Where?
So,
really found-
so the original thing, just for a recap for everybody, including people in the chat, was to go and collect a person, conscript them from the Cloudreach Academy. Now, what you then end up learning later on, when you were talked to the whenever you talked to the Dark Witch of Yule, was that the one in particular that the king wanted you to conscript apparently was a prince. You guys had gotten the information from Law's interactions with the goddess, that the prince is their name is Zadoer. Yeah.
So the king has like a letter that we're supposed to deliver, and that basically is telling them who we want. Basically, is what's happening.
The prince gave the letter to Ha'al in case you guys had to go over there. However, what they were gonna do was they were also gonna give you a humongous bribe for them, because the Cloudreach Academy is not technically have to listen to the king at all ever, despite being on the land. They are separated from the kingdom. So they were gonna have a big bribe to send with you, but you guys didn't get that because you're going to the Dark Witch of Yule. So now the bribe has turned into that, the flurry maker, the little flurry-o.
Yeah.
But yeah. And now, right now, she's just asking if there's anything you guys can tell them they can help you, but you guys don't have to tell them anything.
It's a little complicated, at least for me. We believe it's a can of worms, if that information is released.
Oh.
I believe people do use that euphemism, can of worms. I'm pretty sure they're cans.
There are cans, yes.
Alright.
That euphemism makes sense to me. You open up the can, the worms go everywhere. It'd be difficult to recollect them. And they're also gross and slimy.
Yeah, right. These are things that worms are, yes.
And before Cavelli asks, no, I don't eat worms because I have bird wings.
Well, yeah, from what I understand, the worms that are usually like a problem are like the big ones, the really big ones down below. They have like big sharp teeth.
The big,
I wouldn't ask because I'm pretending to sleep, Fabio.
I meant later, if it ever came up again.
All right. Good night.
I think it's a different kind of worm.
That's perfectly fine. I'm just there to get my brother, so you don't have to tell me anything. If it'll open up any worms, we don't need worms to be all opened.
This is very true. Worms should stay where they belong.
I want the both of you to roll me for your instinct, please.
While we talk about worms. Sorry, Worm Johnson heard us. Now we're fucked.
No, it's not that.
I'm doing an oldie, I'm doing a dad, and you know what? I'm gonna put in another one for
I give you like a 7.
Ooh. That's a +5. Now, are you gonna roll right for me today? Oh, let me move you.
I don't know. You go ahead and roll. Let's see what happens.
See, this is really why Emerald likes the dice tower, because it takes a little bit of time in case anybody wants to put a inspiration down for him.
I mean, if you put it closer to me, it wouldn't take as long. So 7 plus 5, that is a... Why am I bad at math? 13?
7 plus 5 is 12.
I'm
Law,
bad
roll
at
me one more
math.
time.
I'm trying to add the ones because it's
Law,
double
roll me one more time.
everything.
Okie dokie, here we go again, rolling. 18.
Law, you would take note that as they say, it's like, oh, you don't have to tell me anything. It's fine. I understand. They do seem a little bit like, oh, okay, I understand. I know my place. they seem to get a little down after saying that.
Oh no, I feel bad.
They understand that it's your secret. They know that there's some distance there. They get it. They're new.
No, it's all right. We can share a little. Just like in the image, just sweating. Like I feel bad.
Also, why do you care? Don't you want to go home? Who cares if you destroy people's lives by telling them the truth?
Why would they want to go home? There's a pandemic there.
I'm gonna be real. I'm 50-50 on going home.
They're gonna go home and they're gonna go back to fucking Johnson & Johnson or whatever.
I can't wait to continuing dealing with a divorce with my ex-husband. That was like the best part of my time.
I took the dog.
I took half the dog. It was fucked up.
Got taxidermied.
The fucking dog. Okay.
All I was left with was all these snips and snails and puppy dog tails.
It was very fucked up. What was this King Solomon shit?
They were like getting the guillotine ready, and you're just like, you can keep the dog. You can keep the dog. You can fucking keep the dog.
You can keep it. Oh my god. Just keep the dog.
People got crazy around COVID, man.
There was nothing to do. We were bored. May as well spice up the divorce with a little dog beheaded.
Jesus Christ.
I suppose we could share a little. From what we'd heard, at the very least, we think this person was a prince of some sort.
Oh.
They're
like an important one. They're like a specific guy you need.
Quite. It's a very specific guy.
Okay, that makes more sense why you didn't go and grab that guy back there then.
I also believe that guy was attempting to become stronger. It would require a lot of medical energy.
Yeah, he's a bit.
Apparently, the last we asked.
He's a bit of a work in progress. That one back there.
Right, he is working on it. Yes. And while he seems to have made a name for himself, I do not believe that his power is, from what it seems to be understood for this mission, earth-shattering.
So you just need someone with a whole bunch of power?
Mm-hmm. Or at least a lot of magical potential, as it were.
Oh. I know this one person who I know this one person who has like a whole bunch of power, but like she's not around at the moment. But I know this one lady. She's got like so much power.
This is that so.
Mm-hmm. Her name is Ornette. She's someone who makes her way through all of the different villages that come by all the time. She's a little bit of an older lady. She usually makes her way up and around through around like I guess the later months, around like probably around like half a year or so from now. They'll make her way probably through Arthwisk. She's kind of a troubadour, like what they were calling, they were kind of just like they move around a lot. kind of like what we were called earlier by the Lord Giant Slayer guy.
Right, by him, yes. We were called troubadours.
She's a pretty okay lady. I once saw her move like clouds though.
Oh,
Move clouds?
Yeah, she like moved the clouds all around.
for show or
A
for
whole bunch of dark
specific
clouds
reason?
were like appearing over top of the entrance to over top of the entrance to the Quietmarch, and it was really dark and obscuring, and people were worried that the moisture from the clouds were gonna draw up the sickness from underneath. That isn't how it works, but everybody was really paranoid about it. So whenever Ornette
No, I
made their way
understand,
through,
yes.
whenever Ornette made their way through, they walked over and with a swipe of her hand just made them all go flying off.
That does seem quite powerful.
Mhm.
Just to be able to disband that quite easily.
They call her the Winter Storm.
The winter storm.
She's apparently really famous around a bunch of adventuring circles.
Oh. Impressive.
For disbanding clouds or for other such things?
We never saw her do that before until she did it. Or I mean, I didn't see her do that before. Like I said, she mostly just goes through all of the different like villages and whatnot, and just sort of patrols around. It's awkward. We just see her near the end of the year every year, and she just walks around. I don't think she even really used to do anything until, again, all the clouds happened. She said that she was doing like a garden thing, like she was gardening. She was gardening. She was.
Right.
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure, like anything else that I can think of that she's done other than that. I would like for Fabio to please roll me for their experience.
Sure thing.
Lily, no! Lily!
Hoppa and hoppa.
Roll that damn thing.
Ooh,
Hey.
nice.
It's an optimal combo right there.
Oh, just rolling it right there.
Yeah, 13. 13.
Well, you don't really have a double,
So
so
15.
you know.
So 15.
Whenever they said the winter storm, you do remember someone similar to that. And again, they would make their way through near the end of every year. As they would do that, going around to all the different farming villages. You know that some of the other rumors about them is that they are able to create farmland out of nothing. Like, they've made the most desolate places in different types of farmland, like some that people would say never would have anything farmed again. They would just raise up like an entire bit of healthy turf from destroyed turf.
Yeah, actually, yes, I have heard of this woman before, though. From what I'd heard, she was able to create healthy farmland wherever she went. Even out of the most desolate, deprived areas. Just healthy dirt.
I've never known of any rumors like that before, but maybe that's because you live a little bit further north. The farmland down here is usually pretty like done. So maybe she does stuff like that. I don't know.
I still don't follow why she's called the Winter Storm.
She only ever comes around like at the end of the year. And she
Yeah, during
always
the
disappears in the beginning of the year. No one's ever seen her ever during the other time. Well, I'm sure that somebody has, but no one's ever. I guess no one never said anything about it. I don't know, but no one's ever like said anything about her in any other time. She always comes and goes, comes and disappears.
It is very odd.
Fascinating. Yeah, I do not know if we'll be able to see her. All right.
Dance, 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 dance. I'm sure Lily will come back.
Bro, no one knocks anymore.
I'm sure Lily will return one day.
She will. Her power cut off real quick and it came
no.
back. So she'll be back at ASAP.
Gotcha. But yeah, that's the only real person I know of any like crazy power. Whenever I think of someone powerful, I always think of Ornette. Dance, 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 dance.
It's
dance,
very
dance.
impressive of her then to be able to do both nature magics and also some kind of weather control.
I suppose, yeah. I'm not entirely sure what you could even call magics like that. I heard that there are bards and other such peoples out there who can control like storms and weather and things, but like never with just like the swipe of their hand, you know?
That's true.
It seems that it will be quite powerful just to be able to do it with just the motion of one's hand.
Well, either way, I'm feeling like it's probably good that we don't see her year-round at the very least. From what I remember people seeing her last time over at Arfwisk, over at the Adventuring Guild, she seemed like she was getting up there, you know?
In years,
Mhm.
I assume.
We believe that she's probably a wildman by the fact that she's just sort of always sort of running around on her own and not really having much of a place to stay, and she only usually goes around to farming communities, which are mostly wildmen that are around there. But even so, she looks as if she's getting really far up there in years.
I suppose we'll see if we end up crossing paths with her, but by that point I believe that our mission should hopefully be done.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Tico.
Sup?
I would like to try to remember things about the conversation with the witch about a particular
your
thing that
head.
she's about to go and meet someone for the last time because they're about to die.
What are you talking about?
Did she ever mention anything about an Ornette or anything like
No
a
names,
hint
no.
of?
No
Or a-
names, no.
She did very much mention how she gives crazy amounts of power to people that where the power only works in certain times of the year, though.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what was getting me like, and she's getting up there in
Emerald
years.
the Cracker.
But also that would be
You're
like,
right, but like.
but also that would also show more or less the power of the Dark Witch of Yule, that she's able to give power that is like, oh, I can swipe my hand and disperse clouds.
just like, I like you, buddy. Here you go.
She had said, unfortunately, that the three of you were not like someones that she could do that with, but like she did say that she could do that with certain people, and that she was going off to meet somebody for the last time, for the final time.
Uh-oh.
There isn't really much we can really do now that we understand the situation.
Yep. I just like saying things sometimes.
I just like saying shit.
So how dare you? I would love to be the winter storm.
You know how much I could be the winter storm? I would fly up and storm all over the place.
That's something that was said.
I
It's so
stormed all
true.
over the people.
Funniest shit I ever saw. But yeah. Perhaps I should probably go and find a place to lay down like Kai Valley did.
It would look like it is getting quite late. One last thing before I forget. I don't know if we've said this seriously, but I guess I should confer. Are we actually seriously considering, in, I guess in simple words, saying hooking up all?
I think that's a Kyveli thing. I think she's very serious
Really?
about it, and I'm
Okay, so it's
fine
not
with they want to
happening?
go off and do that at some
Hooking up
point, I
Hall?
guess.
That technically happened before they showed up.
Yeah, that happened before. Now he's
Basically,
just like, oh god.
So basically a blah.
Oh, okay.
It's very funny that happened before we went on the adventure of dealing with unicorns.
It was
very
right
convenient.
before we talked to you, actually. Yes, it was a couple hours.
I want you all to imagine that you guys didn't come this way and you instead went to the entrance of the Quietmarch that was in the swamp, and just all these children being disappeared, and Hall just sitting there waiting forever, and like her brother being taken in by the school, and whatever's happening in Arfwisk with Cliff being like just always there himself, probably getting attacked eventually. You know, it's fine.
I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about the nature of choice in video games.
Yeah, now think about
Now
all the
think about
choices
things we
that you
didn't do.
exactly. Now think about all those
Yeah.
choices that happened in the other place, all those things you could have stopped them playing. Anyway. You guys find that looking over at Hall is very, very much happily getting things ready for the end of the night. He has that sack of his that he had brought in from the outside. You note that as he brings that sack out, you see that he is lifting up what appears to be one of those crystals, one of those crag crystals, or not crag, one of those crog crystals you guys had seen before. As he looks it up and looks it up and down, it is a shimmering blue in color, and he's just sort of like holding it up to the fire, looking through it with a smile on his face. Must have made out like a bandit if he has a big old sack of those.
Yeah, that's quite impressive.
I think I'll do what Kai Valley did, and I'm gonna go and find a way to lay down. Thank you all for letting me know what we're doing. I mostly just wanted to make sure that we weren't doing something like super sussy. Because I would have helped you, obviously, but it
would have
would
liked to be informed.
I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't like we're going off to kidnap someone or something. Because I would help you do it, obviously.
So. We appreciate the allegiance. You don't have to keep saying it.
If you ever want anyone kidnapped, I'm down. I can help.
Please do not say those words.
Technically speaking, worst case scenario, we would have to kidnap your own brother.
Yeah, that's something that we're definitely going to potentially have to do.
I hope I never have to represent any of you in court.
La 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 la. They go and lay down in the Pardivan. Do the three of you want to rest for the night? Do you guys have anything else you want to do?
I will go rest for the night, but I guess I will technically, if we have to do any watches, take the first watch. This is obviously a relatively safe area, but you know.
Gonna attach the thing to the board because it's funny, haha. As far as watches are concerned, yeah, you guys can definitely do something like that. We'll go into that whenever I'm sure everybody's going to bed. What about you, Law?
I mean, the only thing I can think of is I guess I should just, for the sake of duty, make sure to write to Princess Celestia today. At least try.
You're gonna try to talk to your to
Princess Celestia. Yeah, I have to write my lesson on friendship.
You try to go off to find a good place where you can see the moon in the sky. You head off to like a small clearing in the woods. You get beaten up by a goblin and eaten.
That's fucked up. The goblin takes my fucking what's the name?
Oh, sorry,
it takes
it's law. Oh, it's law. Sorry, buddy.
Rock.
It
Or
takes my
not rock.
pillow and then becomes like my nemesis.
I'm not allowed to use the nemesis system for a few more years, unfortunately.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it doesn't. They have the patent on it for a few more years. Fucking assholes. Anyway,
They don't have it for TTRPGs. You're fine.
that's true.
There we go. You can hear me.
Hi, Lily.
They're patented specifically
so
for video games.
I've been talking, and I've been like, for example, with the kidnapping, I was like, oh, we don't know with the mayor yet. We might kidnap someone the mayor loves, or kidnap the mayor himself.
I was gonna say we had a very blissful few moments. I was wondering where you went.
Holy shit.
Damn.
Could you have worded it any less tragically?
I love you.
As you do go off to find a clearing,
Love is pain.
looking up into the sky where the moon is finally coming up from around the mountain ranges, looking off over toward it, I would like you to first off, there's going to be several things here. I would like you to first off roll
Okay.
me for your focus.
Okay. What's a man gotta do to talk to Princess Celestia?
Become a high level priest.
It's true. I can give you a C. No, it's a 6. Yeah, it's a 6.
Give me a 9 altogether then. I'd like you to
Yeah.
roll me for your willpower next.
Okay.
There's one more roll after this. That's pretty good.
I can
pretty
give
good.
you a 13.
Give me a 15.
15.
Yeah. And finally, I would like you to give me your ability.
Okay. Here we go. I have to become a high level priest tonight. I can give you a 10.
It's pretty good.
But
That's pretty
3,
good. That's
13.
pretty good. That's pretty good. Do. Okay. make
Baby's
sure-
rolling average tonight.
It is actually very average. I want you to roll me one more time. We're basically just looking for over 10, under 10. Roll me for your demeanor.
Just like, alright, the most average roll I could have given.
Very funny. Okay,
You need
so
a 1.
you find as you are calling out into the ether, you are calling out toward your friend the god, your friend god to talk back to you.
Yeah, man, I gotta keep up.
One second, I have to give the thing going on. I have to
Turn that down so it doesn't give me the. There we go. Huh? Hello.
Hello. It appears to have worked again. That's good.
1 second. I'm trying to make it to where the thing doesn't have the thing and do the thing, and it's hard. It's hard to do so because
Alright,
it's
yeah, take
not
your time.
wanting
Alright.
to do the echo I want. It's making me sound demonic, and I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't want it to sound demonic.
Oh my god, the
I
demon
want
from the
to.
Broval?
I don't want to do that. I wanted rather. There we go. Yes, it appears so. You've contacted me another time.
I was wondering if the last plays was having an effect. I suppose it was easier last time. But
Very much so. If there's any differences between last time and this, it is most likely because of that.
I've been trying to keep notes at least to be able to better ascertain how to contact you. It's interesting that I'm still able to talk to you.
Very much so. Forgive me. We speak out of sync sometimes with everything. When was the last time you spoke? Can you explain?
The last time we spoke was roughly around it's been at least 3 days, right?
Oh yeah.
3 or 4? Yeah. 3 or 4 days ago, give or take.
Time works differently for me. What were we speaking of at the time?
We had talked about an errand that we were doing at the time about the prince.
About the prince, right? Understood. How are we doing so far? Are you feeling all right?
I myself am feeling all right. We have taken an interesting detour, I would say.
Tell me all about it.
Right. We happened to find this lady on our way over to our stop, and we believe that, or at least can fairly ascertain at this point, that her brother was kidnapped by a unicorn.
Oh. I see.
Several children, actually.
Ah, and you were able to fix it.
And in a way, we were able to, I suppose, mediate.
Ah. Well,
I do not quite know what happened, but it seems that Fabi was able to talk to them, and they released the children.
congratulations, my child.
I'm not used to being called that, but yes, I'll take it.
Oh, sorry. Is there any preference of what you would like to be called?
I haven't really thought about that. I don't mind it, I was just surprised. Been a good couple of years since anyone has called me that.
Law. Roll me for your instinct.
Okay, Captain. Whenever you tell me to roll an instinct, it's for a good thing.
Well, there's just, you're in the middle of a fucking forest at this point by yourself. I just need to know.
What if I'm gonna talk by a bear? What the fuck happens then?
This random ass bear comes out and mauls you.
I will not let that happen.
You get mauled by a bear.
Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh fuck!
It's the bear. The bear was so sneaky.
Such a sneaky
I
little
should have
bear.
brought my bear mace.
I should have brought my anti-bear circle.
No, that's an oval.
Well, it seems as if the unicorns have been dealt with. You're still looking for one of them then, though? Your companions, brother?
Right. Well, the unicorn itself that had taken them appears to have been unceremoniously dealt with, would be the word.
Not by you, I hope.
No. It
Thank
appears to
goodness.
have been... It appears to have been killed by one of the members of the Klaus Reach, as seems to be customary. And at that point,
They
they
are,
have taken the child.
They are rather, well, horrible there.
Is that so?
Oh yes, the people of the Cloud Reach, they are terrible. Absolutely.
What, have they offended you in some manner? Is it the giant tower?
Most likely. The giant tower is definitely an affront to a lot of different types of nature, yes, but the fact that they treat the beings that they summon as much as they do and throw them casually off into the forests, and also the dealings that go on inside with the different mages, it's all just terrible, my child.
They do appear to be quite callous with it. It's, I suppose I don't have the words for it quite, but it does not seem at least right by my place's standards.
And you're making your way there now.
That would be so.
Well, if there's anything that I could do to aid you, please let me know in any way.
Well, then I'm summoning my my list of thoughts of things that we know about.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to think. The peanut gallery is welcome to help.
Now I think you got this.
What do you think, Peanut Gallery?
Yeah, thanks, man. like all that I can immediately think about is that we know who's there. That part we can at least clear out. I mean, we know that there's some temporal magic. I guess we could ask on those, but we still don't know. Even they don't know what the fuck's going on there. Maybe
You're
one day we'll
a
find
lot
out who
closer
Arnold
now.
is.
Maybe they can figure things out now that you're a little bit closer. But yeah,
I mean, it's worth giving the shot, right?
yeah.
Well, there is one thing that I can think of.
Anything that is within my power.
We'd had heard and we'd talked before that that place is surrounded by some sort of temporal magic. Something altering time around there, but we still don't know how or why.
Right. Well, that is mostly due to the influence of one of the great orbs.
The great orbs.
Yes, sorry, we've had conversations of them, but I suppose maybe not in the time that I'm speaking to you now.
It seems that might be a later thing, or an alternative thing.
Perhaps you learn of them right now.
This is the first time I've heard of them.
These orbs, or sometimes they're not entirely orbs, but they are vast receptacles of magic. These magic receptacles, they are essentially the primary forces of those magics. Deep inside of the Cloud Reach, there is one that is essentially guarded by a horrific monster of a man. He uses it to do his own nefarious deeds, but there are others out there as well, one of them of which I felt the power of quite recently, at least recent to me. They are distorting the area around, and it is making the magics of that place act all strange. And in a place as magical as the Cloud Reach, you can see where that could be a problem.
Right. At that point, anything could go awry.
I'm not sure exactly where it came from. It is definitely not the force of the one that the current leader of this place has, but perhaps it could be a blessing in disguise. If you could find some sort of a strong being who's able to utilize or tap into that magics, it could give you a lot of strength while you're there.
Is that so? Someone who could, manipulate the magics that are off-key at the time?
There are only very few that could potentially be able to do it without holding the orb itself, but I believe that since the entirety of the force of that magic is all around that place, it would be a little bit easier for those who have the ability. Perhaps even you could have the ability.
That I don't believe I have that kind of power, but
I wouldn't sell yourself too short. You can speak to me. You are obviously a great priest.
it appears to be so that I would be a priest in that case, yes.
So do not sell yourself short, my child.
I suppose I will keep it in mind then about this magic that can be manipulated.
I believe that the closer that you get to these magics, the easier it may be for us to communicate as we do now. So try to speak with me again if you have any other things you might wish you need. I can do everything that I possibly can to affect things. I don't know exactly how well I can help you, but if there's ever anything you can think of, let me know.
I will at least message to inform you what's going on.
Of course.
I should probably start moving now. I am in the middle of the forest, quite frankly.
Of course. I will be here at any time you would need. I will not go anywhere. Just come back here if you wish to speak. Or continue to ask me
Thank
at a
you.
different place. I will always be here for you, my child.
That's very kind of you. Thank you.
You step back. As you do, you feel the connection seem to wane.
I've not been devoured by bears. So
No
far,
bears.
so
No
good.
bears. Let's go.
See,
No bears.
I'm doing a good job.
I need to roll a thing as well for these bears, these fucking crazy bears.
That's fucked up.
I got to give them a chance. I got to get the bears a chance to,
All
to
right,
get
okay,
at you.
give the bears a chance. Maybe they will manage. You never know.
It's a 19 for the bears.
That's a very high number for the bears. Actually, while we're at it, I have like 1 million of these. Why not? Here you go.
Uh-oh. Okay. Go right ahead and give me a draw here. Go ahead and do a little draw.
I do it just for you. Let me put it over here.
And remember, if you draw something that doesn't belong in the game, I'm just gonna delete it.
Okay, all right. No false trap dragon. All
No
right,
false
this
traps.
sucks.
No false traps.
This game sucks. Can't believe it.
What do we got here? Makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. You're in the middle of a forest, yeah, little bear trap, you know.
Little bear, yeah, it's a bear trap.
Hold on, let's see here. Ensnare. The neutral effect is each player will gain 2 trick tokens, and then you roll for the good or bad effect of this card. So each player is gonna get 2 boasts now. They're called boasts now.
You go boasts here.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Go ahead and let me
So
roll
is
for
this
the
an
good or bad
odds or
effect.
evens, or
It
is
is an
this-
odds or evens.
Okay, I must say odds. Boop.
You did say odds.
Odds.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. You will gain the good effect of the ensnare. You gain advantage against the
Keep my
target you designate, and they have disadvantage once against you for whatever it is you wish. Let me go ahead
This
I
is
just
and
cool.
realized
for
I'm
later.
not in the tabletop room. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know where you've been.
I'm like, why don't I see any of this? I just kind of zoned out for a second. It's like, wait, I'm not in the room.
here you go. You can keep this one card. Do you have a designated target you would like to use with this?
Not at the moment. Maybe we can keep it for after when the bears kill me.
Yeah. Keep it for like the anti-bear shenanigans. Fucking the UBA.
Yeah, whenever I need to defend myself from bears, I'll
when you
have
need
it
to defend
here.
yourself from the UBA, yeah.
Yeah. The United Bear Alliance.
Yeah.
Anyway, about the bears, do I need to worry or chill?
No, you're fine.
Okay, cool. All right.
That's
In
because
fact,
you...
not only are you fine, you actually feel a little strange, Law. You feel as if you have gained a blessing from the person you had just spoken with.
Oh.
As you feel that a new spell has come into your thoughts, into your mind.
Oh.
Boop.
Summon assistant.
You have summon assistant.
It's still very funny that this is just like Dear Princess Celestia. I'm just writing to see how you're doing.
You feel like for some reason this is not a spell that's in your book. This is a spell you feel you can just use, and because of this, you can use any effect on this card, even if you do not have the 6 magic or anything capable of it.
Oh.
You feel you can use any effect of this card for the time being. For some reason.
You can
who knows?
banish the spirit forever and recast the spell to summon a new bound assistant.
So basically, if you don't like the one you have, you can be like, fuck off, get out of here.
That's fucked up. You gave me a bear that has opinions and a soul.
Or a pizza that has an opinion and soul.
Oh, we don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna move this a little bit over. I'm gonna move this a little bit over here. Just gonna like throw it like, I don't know, like
yeah.
like over here. That way
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
that it's not
okay.
like in your book. It's like right there.
You know
Yeah.
what's funny?
Okay.
So far,
I'm gonna put a
Law
little
has
square
been
around
praying
it.
every night without really praying.
But yeah, they're a great priest.
Yeah. I don't know if you read my bio, but that's apparently what I am now.
Like
Oh,
a
it's
little-
blue now. All right,
yeah,
cool.
a little square. But yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
As you make your way back toward the area, you find that Ha'al is currently just like laying at the front of the thing, just sort of just holding on, just looking like they're about to go to rest. You see that Fabio is sort of just resting at the side of the place. Kaivelli is some fucking where.
She's
know
always
what.
nearby. It's fine.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of Kaivelli, I'm just gonna put this on this picture I drew, and I think we should see what Kaivelli sees today.
No.
No.
Oh no, you can do that. Let's go. Bring it over here.
Oh,
Also,
that.
how do you
Okay, yeah,
think
yeah.
it's hard?
Bring it over here.
Yeah, I like it.
Bring.
Put it
I like
on
that
the
she
art so you have
smokes
to
fat
acknowledge it.
cigars.
I already looked at the art. Bring it over here.
Okay,
We gotta get through the
Where am I
night. Over here to this place. Over here.
I like that she's smoking fat cigars.
Oh right, I have to also give
I
you
do
guys your
headcanon
boasts.
Cuban Kaivelli.
All three of you
Oh yeah, let's take her.
grab your
fucking-
two boasts.
Let's take our insurance.
Right here. He's right here.
I got.
Take him.
I'm gonna grab them. It's just I have to do the drawing and all that, so I'm not moving
Emerald,
the camera till I'm done.
Emerald.
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 I hate him.
Dear
Yeah,
God.
these-
Talk to Princess Celestia and he fucking died.
Alright, go ahead and shuffle up and draw.
Gambling, 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 gambling,
See if
gambling.
Kaivelli finds a bear. That's not there.
That's not.
Do it again. Like I said,
That
if
was
you find
original,
anything that
do it
shouldn't be
again.
in here, then just I'll delete it. Hey, it's the authority.
Authority,
Oh,
baby.
the bear really wants to let me know it's there.
Authority is card number 1.
Yeah.
What am I grabbing?
The alpha.
Your
Boast,
your
your
boasts.
government assigned boasts.
They're being hidden, I think, at the moment. I don't know. Kaivelli,
No, I hit them and then yeah.
the
like
normal
these.
effect of this card is you can keep this card and use it to force a roll to critically succeed or fail on a social stat check. So this would be for your any kind of social interaction. So like your demeanor, your negotiation. Do you want to roll for the good or bad effect of this card?
Never
Yes, of
stop
course.
gambling. Yeah.
Even.
Okay. That is an even.
Damn.
Let me get both of the effects and put them onto the card and then copy it so that I can
Always
have
fail the gamble roll. Damn.
it.
You get it next time.
Gonna put the authority down here and then give you a copy of it. Bam. You gain an amount of leverage or influence over another. This could cause you to gain a retainer connected to the event that triggered this card, or another beneficial effect tied to the event determined by the DM. You may also use the neutral effect of this
bears.
card. So, keep this card. You can use the neutral effect whenever you want. But now that card is going to be in play for an event that I determine because you didn't know event actually triggered this card for you.
Yay.
I'm gonna throw that onto your combat notes. Authority in play for Kaivelli.
It's yours.
Oh, right,
It's
right,
yours,
right.
my
I have to
friend.
grab the card. Right.
And did everybody get their boasts?
I got a boast.
That is that
I
you,
got my
you didn't
boasts.
get your 2. There's 2 of them over here. I'll take
There were
1
2?
back. Yeah, it was right there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
job.
you got 2.
What is the max amount of boast?
5, I believe. Let me go look.
Well, then I can't take this 20.
Let me go look. Boasts, max or 10, you can have it.
Okie doke.
You hype yourself or
Okay,
others
we're
up.
chilling.
You explain an action, then roll a check. If you succeed, you do one of the following. Either you gain an auto success, gain a guidance token for player, gain 1 karma dice for player, gain favor with the person who's watching you, or interrupt a narrative event. Yeah. Fun times, fun times. Are you going back to rest, Law?
Yep.
Are you resting inside the party van or the party carriage or outside the party carriage?
I am not going to sleep with the bears. It's a Kai Valley fan going in.
You go into the party carriage. The other 2 are saying they want to do things on watch, so that's why I have both of them currently outside. Kyveli, you are out first. You had told me that you were never going to sleep. Yep. So you were gonna be in all of these watches potentially. And Fabio, you do not know where Kyveli is. You do not know if they're watching. Are you watching all night?
Do you think I'm awake all night?
Would Fabio think Cavelli would be awake all night? Probably not.
Are the both of you keeping watch all night?
Hooray! Because we did not ever decide to talk in character about watches, and so it's like, you know.
We're still getting used
You can
to it.
just poke and be like, your turn, and I'll be like, fucking all right.
We're still getting used to the whole party dynamic thing. Everybody's still an individual for the time being.
Law's like, I don't think the other 2 are watching. Cavelli probably fell asleep and Fabio wouldn't watch, so I'll watch from here.
I would like
Fabio the guard
for
would never watch.
both Kyveli and Fabio to roll me for their focus, please.
Hmm. 16.
6.
Okay.
Without
Fabio?
a teen.
Fabio, you keep a good look about everything. Kyveli, you are currently still being distracted by everybody else going to bed, and the fact that that you got a pin and then threw it immediately in the fire and are a little bit embarrassed by it. I would like for the second of these focus rolls to come from each of you. There may have been something that happened. I just want to make sure that that we get all of them first. So go me one more focus roll, both of you.
Another 16.
Nine.
Kyveli, you start getting sleepy. You have been keeping up these weird watches all the time you've been actually with this group, so it's starting to catch up with you. And one final focus from both of you, please.
If I get under 10, I'm asleep.
You will be asleep, but you are not gonna have a restful sleep. 18. There you go.
On nat 20.
Both of you on nat 20. So the funny thing is, all of you the entire time missed it until the final roll.
Oh my god.
Fabio and Kyveli, however, while you guys are watching, keeping watch, getting things going about, you will take notice, the both of you, that there is a strange magic in the air currently tonight. It is something that was definitely different than any other night you guys have been going off and about. There's definitely a different feeling going about you in the night. Both of you are magically not adept. Neither of you have never really worried or been around any kind of magic, but ever since connecting with not only the Dark Witch of Yule, but also with Law, you guys have a slight, strange, magical affinity with you. as you guys feel this strange magical presence about you, I would like for the both of you to realize there is something or someone in this magical presence.
Shit. Shit.
And they have been here all night.
Gonna unravel sheets and just start crawling to the cart.
Who goes there?
It's Cavelli.
Not you.
Go.
Goes back to crawling.
Nothing answers.
Ah,
I can feel this magical presence here. Please show yourself.
shut the.
Cavelli, you'll have to be a lot closer to that to them to say like shut or anything like that.
I know. She stops herself, then goes back to knocking. Law.
I'm sorry. My pillow makes me so good at sleeping. You're fucked.
I mean, also the best part about you knocking on this is that that would mean that the shutters are down, which means no one's getting inside the party van. No one's getting inside the party caravan.
Climbs to the top, goes to the roof. Stamp.
Snoo. Me.
There is a slight giggle that goes throughout the area.
Oh, I heard the giggle. You gotta show yourself now.
Oh, I couldn't help it. Don't worry.
Who goes there?
Don't worry. I'm not doing much of anything.
I'm right, because you're gonna be dead if you get close to us.
Cavelli, please.
Lucky me. I'm nowhere near you.
Yeah.
But you're here, though. I can feel that you're here.
I'm a bit of everywhere.
Who are you?
No one that concerns you. Go to bed or whatever it is you're doing. I literally am not where you believe I am. That being said, it's impressive. Didn't expect either of you to be the magey type.
Technically, neither of us are. We're just, connected with one, I guess.
So you've noticed.
I guess I can't say for her.
This is a dynamic. There's a dynamic here. Are you doing a play?
The only play I'm doing is the play about your death. If you're not close to us, but if you do,
That would be
you're gonna meet
literally impossible.
You're gonna
Though-
meet my magic claws.
Oh yeah, promise?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I keep my promises. Come on, fight me.
What do
fight
you
me.
do if they moan on you? What do you do then?
Try.
Like I said, that is quite impossible. Though, interestingly enough, you are connected with a mage, you say?
Yes,
God damn it,
our friend Law.
dude!
Right. That'll probably make things a little bit easier. The two of you knowing that I'm here is actually good for you, and maybe not as good for me as I once thought, but eh. So, you want to do magic?
Do I? I feel I have a lot in me.
Magic.
Okay, Fabio.
Do
Fabio.
I?
Darling, baby, Wingy. That doesn't sound right. That sounds worse. Listen. What are you doing?
I mean, I'm trying to figure out who this person is, and if they can teach me magic, then I learn more about them. About them teaching me magic, so I can get
It's
They're
less
like
kind of upper hand on them.
teaching. It's
They're-
less teaching and more giving, I guess.
Oh, okay. So, when you were a kid and there was like, hey, kid, want some mutton? Did you just go into the forest and get the mutton?
Hey, kid, want some magic?
No, I don't. Get away from us.
I'm not a kid, but I like magic. Magic sounds fun.
Fabio, you gotta listen to reason here. We don't know who this dingus is. They're probably just in the trees screwing with us, pretending they're everywhere.
Oh, I could be in the tree screwing with you. Watch out.
Exactly.
You should go look.
I think this person's far sillier than menacing.
Thank you.
I act silly too, and you see what I could do when I'm like not tired and able to be words.
Look, I see you have some issues with the fact that I'm a disembodied voice talking to you, but I want you to be understanding. I would have never known that either of you could notice me if both of you didn't look up with a start and one of you start crawling across the area like you are hiding from a hawk, and the other one didn't just acknowledge me out of nowhere. So I wasn't going to do anything with either of you. But if you want to have some help and help me a bit in return, I could just give you some magic, no questions asked.
I have many questions.
You can ask
One,
many questions. I don't know if I can answer them.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
A god.
Sorry, Fabio.
I'm kidding.
Okay,
I don't think I'm a
Fabio,
god.
Come on, Fabio. We're done.
Fabio, do you want magic?
I would like magic, yes.
What kind of magic do you want, Fabio?
Fine.
I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this far.
Get some lightning magic. Be a thunderbird.
Oh,
Be a
I can't do that.
thunderrock.
What can you
God
do?
not.
I can't really get you anything that's like crazy, like powerful or anything, but like I can give you some spells. Do you want to maybe talk to someone secretly? Do you want to maybe give your allies or yourself a little boon? Do you want to
Fabio.
maybe repair something that gets broken, like that pen you threw in the fire before?
Do you want to repair the pen?
That was my gift to you.
Fabio.
That was a gift.
This stalker or whatever, this is the kind of magic they're gonna pull for you. As Cavelli does the thumb pull, like little thing with their fingers.
How'd you do that?
Bangs against the
Hear me
wagon.
out. I don't care what magic you guys want from me. And I'm not hiding the fact that me giving you magic will also benefit me in the long run. That being said, that doesn't mean it isn't mutually beneficial. I already know
It
where you're at.
usually is.
And now I already know that you guys are somewhat magically gifted. So I basically have far more from this interaction than you could ever get. I would say that making it a little bit more even for you would probably be a good idea.
You know what, Fabio? Up to you now. Oh, I hit my head a bit too hard there. I'm just gonna sit down for a second.
I'm sure that he
Did
can still
they
hear and
walk?
see you.
Yeah, did they walk away?
They are they're a very odd person.
I mean, I can still
That's
they're
Fabio.
basically in the same range as they were before, so I still know that they're there.
Yeah, as Fabio, you like look back to where Cavelli like pretended to go away. You see them peeking from the back of the wagon like a cat peeking around the corner.
So what do you think, Fabio? Would you like to have the ability to repair things that you have broken? Give yourself a boon or your allies? maybe speak secretly amongst those you wish to speak secretly around, like I'm kind of doing right now to you at this moment. Only probably weaker. You're not as good at it as me.
That is true. I wouldn't be as good at it as you. Both the mending and the boon thing both sound really interesting to me.
They're pretty good.
I'm guessing you're only offering one?
Oh yeah, I can only give you one thing at the moment. I'm a bit preoccupied otherwise.
Oh, what are you preoccupied with?
Nothing you have to worry about. You're already going to help me out by taking this magic.
And is just taking the magic the favor that you would ask of us, or is there something more that you are going to ask for after you immediately give me the magic?
Oh, I'm not even, again, you two are not even on my radar. I'm not going to ask either of you for anything. The fact that I can connect myself with more people is a boon in of itself to me. The more people that I'm spread about to, the better for my own current living situation. But I can't just force it. I have to have that connection either be initiated through someone else or reciprocated.
I see. Well, then I would
I'm
like
sorry
the
I
boon
can't make
one.
you shoot lightning out of your hands.
That
Maybe
is
one day.
Okay. Maybe one day.
Maybe one
Yes.
day.
Oh, that's more of a Kyvelli thing, but yes, I would like the boon one.
I don't
their name's
actually
Kyvelli.
want like. Oh my god.
All right, so
Well,
you'd like to have the boon that you can hand off to others or potentially yourself?
Yes.
Are you more of a regular boon guy or more of a divine favor boon guy?
Is there just what's the difference?
Just the basically the sort of effect it would be. The regular boon guy would more be able to give very specific but very strong abilities, whereas the favor guy would be able to give different abilities that are more complicated but somewhat weaker. So are you a straightforward regular buff kind of guy, or are you a more complicated but potentially more useful in those situations kind of guy? Look, I'm not going to spell it out for you. I don't have a book in front of me. I don't know exactly. I mean, I have a book in front of me. I don't have a book in front of me. I can't like spell it out exactly.
That is fine. I guess I'm curious about the divine one then. Yeah. The complicated, more specific kind that might be slightly weaker.
It's very funny that you bring this up because, again, the idea that this could be gifted to anyone is probably sacrilege, because it's like, oh, you gave me divine power and you're not a god. Oh, that's so crazy. You're a bad man. Anyway, here you go. You find that Fabio begins to start shining slightly as
That's
they
fine.
do.
Since I'm an artist, I could just pass it off as abilities I gain from that.
Exactly. Also, Something Witty Gaming. Thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. Worm meat. Hashtag worm meat. Hello.
Worm meat? We talked about worms earlier.
We did
Whoa.
talk about worms earlier and how many teeth they have.
I didn't talk to Princess Celestia, did I?
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're speaking about. The fact that they did not know anything about you, did not call you by name and ask you.
The first conversation we were talking about? Yeah.
Welcome to the game. This is actually supposed to be a Wednesday game, but we weren't able to do it because of reasons.
Because of the reasons. So we're here today with it. Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? We're doing our own little original fantasy roleplay kind of thing. I hope you guys had fun with your worm meat, with your hashtag worm meat. Was it delicious? Did they eat all the worms? I bet they did. I bet they did eat all the worms.
I would eat the worms with chopsticks and slurp them up like ramen noodles.
Ooh. Put a little bit of like little
Nick.
seasoning on the little wormies. I'm guessing because it's like a
Hell yeah.
space game that it's like some kind of space worm. They're a face. Oh no. Oh, is their name worm meat? You gotta, someone's gotta explain things in chat for me. That being said, you have attained favor. Favor will let you grant yourself or an ally one of the following keywords, either the overwhelm keyword, the power keyword, the divine keyword, the magic keyword, or the guard keyword. There is explanations for all of those keywords right over here. Blah, blah. The overwhelm keyword, as you all know, lets you add a 1d4 to your attack you make with a weapon. If you already have overwhelm, you add a d4 to damage instead. The magic keyword makes something considered magic and can be used as a focus for magic spells. The guard keyword lets something act as a shield without any penalties. The power keyword gives you a 18 to 20 crit, but if you do crit, the weapon is destroyed and deals 3 times the normal damage of a crit. And the divine keyword is not on here because I guess I didn't save it, but it's the same thing for magic, only it's for divine focus instead of magic focus. Yeah. So it's considered divine for getting over resistances, and it can also be used as a divine focus for spells. That being said, you have obtained this. You also find that other keywords that you may grant with a spell may be added below. You might get other keywords you can add with it. Ooh. The worms had serious gastronomic impact. Oh no. That is it, yes.
But it's a serious economic impact.
So you're not going to continue with the interview questions? Like, what kind of assassin are you? A stabber or a poisoner? Or...
I've already mentioned I don't actually care about either of you. I didn't notice that you were magical until you noticed me. And now you're a little interesting, but it's not like I'm trying to use you for any good or bad purpose. Again, connecting with you is aiding me just by the fact of the connection existing.
Yeah, just like leeches benefit sucking the blood out of my fucking body, you know.
You know, sometimes leeches are used as treatment.
It is true, I've seen it before.
Oh my god. You guys have scientific doctors. I use... I'm kidding.
Look, all I'm saying is that it benefits you more to get something out of this than it does to not, right? I mean, I already know you. I can already use my telepathy to speak with you.
You don't know me.
Your name's Kaivelli, I know that much.
Oh, good. You got my name. Congratulations.
I also know you like destroying pencils.
It was a pen. I don't know what a pencil is.
Ah, thank you. Sorry, my bad. Again, I could give you the ability to return that to its former glory, if you'd like. I could allow you to have a minor form of telepathy, like I have, to allow you to talk secretly with people about you. Or I could give you the ability to aid yourself and your friends if you ever need such an aid.
But the ability to turn your yap off? I don't want to hear you no more. Get the
Kaivelli, please. I think you should take some magic here.
You don't have to. That being said, the yapping is not just something I can turn off. I can pretend to be gone if that would help you. You are currently in my area, not the other way around.
Fine, double leap. Can't pull the wagon. Shut up.
Okay, I'll pretend I no longer can talk to you. Here I go, pretending.
Look. I'm just keeping watch for the bears.
Oh, Fabio, I don't know what they're saying. Are they saying something? I can't hear them.
You better continue not hearing me. Fuck you.
Oh man, wish I heard that.
Oh man, wish I didn't hear that.
Kaivelli, why are you so standoffish about this?
A random fucking voice in the sky. This could be a demon, Fabio.
I could be a demon, Fabio.
You could be a demon, but as far as I can tell, you've only asked to give us magic and speak to us a bit. while looking at what we're doing.
No, again,
haven't-
I do completely agree with them. I am getting something out of this. And I haven't told you what that something is. So it is definitely suspicious in one way or the other. That being said, you can probably assume it's not going to be anything bad just with how little the boons are, but it's up to you. Either way, I'm pretending to go to sleep now. So here I go, off and away. Goodbye.
Well, I'm pretending to go to sleep.
No, I'm gonna pretend to go to sleep
away.
first.
You're pretending to look for real estate. Oh, don't pretend to snore, you piece of shit.
Oh, I'm so peaceful. You.
That is not peaceful snoring. That you have an allergy problem, you piece of shit.
Honk shoo, honk shoo.
We snaw.
We snaw.
Don't copy me. Go back to your
We
cashew.
snaw.
Cashew.
Why do they already have
continues.
sibling energy?
This continues throughout the night.
Well, if I want to get to sleep, I'm not gonna get any sleep.
Kyle has been asleep because their perspective, everything's probably muffled, and it's like, what's going on out there? Cavelli bangs her head. There's just this dent.
The night passes. Unfortunately for you, Fabio, you did stay up all night and then had to deal with whatever's happening here for the entirety of the rest of the night. As the sun goes up, there is still a we snaw hashu thing happening off in the distance.
I'm pretty sure at this point the Wii Snow is just him using the fucking sound, like illusion magic.
Who
So he
knows,
doesn't have
man?
to do it himself.
It's just made it to where like anytime they say Hakshu, a wee snaw comes out.
Oh hell yeah! Shit got programs.
As the sun comes up, Law, you have wonderful sleep like always.
A rare sentence before 3 days ago.
All right, I gotta pretend to wake up. So can you stop with the snoring?
Wee snaw.
Oh no.
But no,
I see a dent in the fucking.
there's no dent. You do not have the ability to dent the thing.
It would have been funny. Like, who attacked us last night?
Law, you make your way out. At this point, Kyle would also have gotten up and gone out. Both Hal and Kyle are over by the fire. You see Fabio sort of just like sitting, attempting to maybe get
Fabio.
rest. I don't know.
Fabio, you are right.
Everyone, we're
I
leaving
was
now.
up all night, basically
I-
keeping watch. And then a voice appeared, and Cavalli argued with it all night.
You heard a voice?
There's no voice. What are you guys talking about?
It offered magic. I took some. Cavalli's was annoying it, and it annoyed her back. It was very funny for the first 20 minutes.
You.
I was going to say something, I realized, but now I'm more confused. What's going
No,
on?
Law, you scared them
Yeah.
away. Thank you, beautiful bastard. They wouldn't stop snoring the same way as me, so I had to snore differently. And they're probably a
I
demon.
put the very comforting pillow on you.
They just fall right in front of you.
Thank you. Fuck, she's finally shutting up.
I was going to say something, but now I feel like I missed something.
Last night, in the middle of the night, I felt the magic presence. Guy kept talking. It was very smooth, was very funny, comedical. Offered magic, I took
That
some.
would be a top. That would be one of them. That would be a top. What's the word? Suspect.
I think he was actually pretty funny, so I don't know how antagonistic he could really be. He offered magic for basically nothing, as far as I understand. And now I can do a cool thing with magic.
New lore.
Uh,
If Satan made
also
Fabio
adds-
laugh.
I think I was tricked last night.
Tricked.
I hadn't noticed until after I went to sleep. Or at least seconds before I immediately passed out because this pillow was very comforting. But
How so?
I had gone to talk to the goddess, but it seems like I had talked to someone else entirely.
What do you mean?
I hadn't realized until after the conversation ended. I hadn't realized until after the conversation ended and I got some sort of blessing from it.
If you got a blessing, then how do you think it was fake?
They seem to have no idea about any conversation we'd had until that point.
Ah. Probably the same person, but they put on a voice.
They
for
never
it.
called me my name.
Yeah, that was weird. Again, they kept saying my child, and I'm not a priest. I was just confused at the time. 'cause
You're
it was
obviously a
11
high-level
PM.
priest. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I thought she was just on crack for a bit. Thought it was
thought
just a weird time.
I thought it was like a mommy dommy situation.
I'm sorry you got tricked by the voice.
Like, the guy lucked out that I know as little of the universe as I do, because I had no way to understand that until like 3 minutes after I left. Yeah, right, I mean, I can try to cast what I got, but this is quite. I was expecting a response.
I see.
Well, if no one's stopping me, let's see what happens if we make a guy.
Do you want to? You want to make a? You want to make a ghostly familiar, or do you want to make a hand?
Let's make that ghostly familiar. Free this guy.
You find as you push your arm outwards, you seem to find that the ability inside yourself to cast a spell. You're going to use 1 mana to do so. You would have gained all your mana back, so you only have this one.
Yeah.
As you do, you see in front of you. There you are. What appears to be a green-looking figure appear in front of you. One that immediately gives you vibes of that green light you had saw whenever you were first came to this world. However, after a second, it does feel different. However, as they turn
green
to
lights
you,
in this world.
you find it is literally just a cloak.
I'll protect you, Law. Ah!
You're asleep.
You wake up for a second and immediately fall asleep again.
That's what I was thinking.
You see what appears to be a green cloak, and Fantasy Grounds doesn't like transparency. It's a little transparent.
Ah, well, we could imagine it.
Yeah. Wait, can
It's
I
like
hold
a
on?
ghost.
Hold on. Could I do this?
The alpha value.
Could I like make it transparent anyway? No, that just makes the base transparent.
Just the base, yeah.
Damn. Well, the base is transparent now.
But in tabletop playground, you can.
Either way, you see what appears to be a cloak floating in front of you.
I do not fully understand the spell, but it does appear to have some sort of free will.
You do see the cloak is kind of like looking around.
It was just born.
Its little head area is like turning. You wouldn't even notice it if it weren't for the fact that the rest of the cloak turns with
They
it.
had a little cloak.
Yeah.
As the cloak is like, damn, you live like this.
So come on.
Hello, new cloak friend.
Cloak looks over toward Fabio. Looks
Absolutely.
back over toward Law. Looks down toward Kaivelli.
Give up.
Looks back toward Law.
a polite bow, why not?
You bow to the cloak. As you do, the cloak will return it in kind. You see that the cloak seems to give a small curtsy towards you.
Oh. Quite fancy. I'm not quite sure who I talked to last night, but I suppose it was mutually beneficial if we both weren't lying. Completely lying.
Completely lying is a strong way to phrase it. A voice goes through the air.
Belly just sticks.
I
a
would
middle
at least
finger
say
and
it as
goes
a
back to
subtle
sleep.
manipulation of the truth.
Well, at first I thought I was only going to be speaking to you, so it wouldn't have really got out too much. Then I realized there were other people that were gifted around, and, well, it got a little carried away from there.
I have heard you've given them boons, and Cavelli, good talking to. Looking back to her on the floor.
Oh, is that still going? Hold on. All right, it should stop now.
No, she's currently very asleep. I don't think she would notice.
Oh, so she doesn't actually hatois or whatever in her sleep?
No.
I do not believe so.
It was
Though
going off every
anything
time
is
they were doing
possible
that.
with her.
I have all the time in the world, but I don't have all the time in the world, you know? Either way, sorry about the ruse. You're speaking about it right now in front of everybody, so I felt awkward because, like I told them, I could pretend not to hear you while you're there right now, but it seems kind of weird to pretend not to hear things.
Well, I guess at that point you could answer. Were you obviously you were omitting your identity, but were you lying about what we talked about?
It depends. The exact things that I said, I was trying to act as if you were talking to some sort of a god or lord. Though now that I've seen you cast the spell and sort of make merry with it, I started thinking you're probably not a high-level priest, are you?
No, quite the opposite.
Ah, I see. They said that they were in the company of a mage, so I'm guessing you're that mage.
So you've heard.
From your friend Fabio, yes. Your Cavelli was not wanting to divulge a lot of information.
She is like that, yeah.
Guys, I hear a
So
voice.
perhaps that is wise.
You look over, you just see Kael like looking around. You see Hall like brandishing like a fire, like holding it off in different directions.
A torch.
He just picked up a piece of
Buchan.
fire from the fire pit, like a fiery
You can-
stick.
No, the voice knocked out Cavelli.
It's all right. This is I believe that we're talking cordially right now.
All right. All right.
We also
Okay.
Rogues, man.
just went, calm down. He chill. All right.
But
As
as for the contents of what I said, a lot of it was, I guess you'd call it my opinion, but it is very true. The things about the
I figured some parts would have been your opinion, yes.
the things about the Cloud Reach, it's terrible, terrible place. The things about the orbs, terrible things. Not really. They're just sort of their own like little things that happen. It depends on who has it. Currently, an asshole has one, so it's kind of bad. Other than that, yeah. I mean, the things I lied to you about were all the things I knew about you. I happened to guesstimate things. It was going pretty well.
was surprised you nailed the nature thing quite correctly.
It was difficult. At first I was thinking that you were talking to some kind of a demon or something. Then it seemed like you were staring off toward the sky, so I made an educated guess you were trying to speak with Selenel, the moon goddess. Don't really know much on them except that they're a goddess, so I started doing my goddess thing.
That's quite the educated guess at that point. You
I'm
would have
surprised you
done
can
it
speak
right
to
at
them.
that point.
If you're not a high-level priest, that's
Well,
that's a
apparently
very
only once.
well. Either way, yes, I am definitely not one of the gods. I'm also not with you, so don't worry. Yeah, brandishing that fire is literally doing nothing, my man. I am just sort of...
No, Hall, you can get him. Hall, you can get him.
Yeah, just keep swinging around. I'm just sort of around, trying to speak with people who have potential throughout the area that I can spread myself to. The more people that I am connected with, the better for me. I am under a pretty strong magical spell, and the longer, the more I can
binding you.
kind of, and the more I can stretch myself out, the more I can sort of just maybe spread out far enough to not really be here. It might take a few more decades.
It seems like at that point you're quite bonded. It would take several decades.
The people who are around, the ones who are mostly able to be contacted, are the ones wearing all those robes, and I kind of can't get through those. They are protected from minor magical abilities such as mine, so I can't really contact them. Most of the others who make their way through are farmers, not a ton of potential among them either. Then there are children. It feels kind of weird to coerce children about things. So I'm kind of stuck with just hoping that passerby wizards and priests make their way through.
It's interesting. Well, perhaps you may have just been bluffing. I wonder.
Hmm?
You didn't seem to have following questions to what I said at the beginning about the prince.
Why would I have any questions about that?
Well, you don't want to know like a who or a why?
Oh, I know who you would be looking for at that point, if that's what you're asking. Awkward.
The silence. Just like a minute of silence.
He seems very nonplussed by the idea. He doesn't seem to understand why you're bringing it up.
Well, I suppose. How would I put it like this? The prince is supposed to be dead.
Dead? No, they're alive.
Oh, indeed, we know that.
Yeah,
But most people don't.
I'm not most people. That being said, the idea of them is sort of hard. They have a lot of different enemies from what I understand. They're as good as dead, if that helps you. Unfortunately, they are probably not long for this world. if you're looking for them, I doubt they can help you.
Is that so?
That being said, it is rather interesting to note that they are considered dead. You would think I would be more surprised.
Why would you be surprised?
We're not sure if it is something that the king would know or not. We actually don't know a lot about that. We'd heard from a second source at that point.
Oh, the king would definitely know that he is not dead. It's the king's the entire reason the prince is over at the Cloud Reach. From what I've learned in recent years, whenever the prince was born, they had aspects that the king did not like about them. I don't know how much you understand about your king of this country, but he is
Very little.
He's very particular about his lineage. In his lineage, those he has fathered over the years, who would not be of his full birthright, all have aspects of him. Golden, bright hair, radiant skin, almost an air of pure magic about them. Yet, whenever his son was born, he didn't have any of those things. In fact, he looked a lot like his mother, which was almost the exact opposite of the king. The mother was a elf from the deep roads, the areas beneath the very land you stand upon. They were from a
deep
forest.
roads?
Yes, they were from a forest of gem trees down in the Quietmarch. From what I know of her, she was almost one of the only tribes of elves who can tie their lineage back from before the calamity, and that's why the king and her got together. The king wanted that kind of a lineage. They wanted to have an heir that would be strong and show off the might of their own lineage. They were thinking that there would be no purer of an elf that they could create, but whenever the prince was born, they did not show any signs of being a sun elf, despite the idea that the king's lineage was as strong as it would be. He apparently is the grandson of an elf from far before all of this. That being said, he performed a lot of rituals, a lot of magics to attempt to awaken the powers within, but none of them really worked out. In fact, I believe that in the end all they did was cause a sickness inside of them. But they seem fine with that. From what I've read up on, they were just happy to have an excuse for why their son didn't have the traits of a sun elf. At which point, as soon as their son became of a age where they would go, they sent them off to the Academy of Cloudreach. They spent some time there, and after a few years, an accident happened. During that accident,
Is that so?
the prince lost their familiar, and apparently, according to those out there, lost their life. But he's still alive. He is currently weakened, but thriving, at least for the next little bit.
And yet you say he wouldn't be able to help us.
Depending on what you need help with, I think that he would probably be adverse to it. I think at the moment, all they want is freedom.
You know a lot about
Gotta
this
been-
person.
What?
Why is that?
Well, I guess you could say that I used to be them.
Like literally or in their position?
No, like literally. I currently am not, though. You can call me Zadoer if you wish. Nice to meet
What
you.
do you wish to be called then?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I feel like to that prince, I am everything that is holding them back. I feel that to the people that created me, I am most likely a burden or a blight to them. You can call me an enemy of the country that you're in. Perhaps even the greatest enemy that has ever been. Let's go with that. Currently, you can call me Archenemy.
Some deep cut lore right there. What the fuck, deep cut?
I don't know what you're talking about. And right now, if you do want to release the prince and get them to do whatever it is you want them to do, you will also need to release me.
At that point, it would only be inevitable then.
Luckily for you, it should be simple. You can make it harder on yourselves, but there are 3 paths I see for you. If you wish to release Prince Zaroer, you must make your way into the Cloud Reach and somehow convince those who are over him to release him. That would be somewhat difficult. They are currently using the prince in a way that I don't truly understand. All I know is that it formed me. Whenever the prince was placed inside of whatever prison that they're currently in, I was formed as a sort of release for them. They were very young whenever they were put into that prison, and thanks to, I guess, me being shown, I was able to help them cope, at least for a couple of years, until they stopped believing in me. you can release them by having someone of a high enough caliber or merit go and release them from their binds. Or you can go and find something powerful enough inside of the academy to release them on their own. Currently, there are strange allies in the academy, ones that don't belong there. They've somehow made their way from somewhere else, and I believe it is because of what I told you before, that orb I spoke of. If you can find those allies, especially the paladin that is draped in black, perhaps you can have them release them, though they seem very difficult to convince to do much of anything to change things. And finally, if you wish, another way to release the prince and utilize the magics that the prince has is to kill him. At that point, they will no longer be suffering because of this prison that they're in. A prison that is honestly so foul and evil, especially to be used on someone mortal. But the magic will still remain. You can then take the magic from the prison, and you can use it to fulfill your purpose, whatever that may be. As such, I will then be released. So it's not like everything of that prince will be gone, but it would be my least favorite option. Other than the strange allies that are in that place, there are a couple of people in Cloudreach that the prince did like. There's a teacher there, though she is difficult. You may end up having to force her to help you, but she does care for the prince. There is one inside the Templars who had a strange obsession with him that may be of use to you. And thanks to the magics that are currently inhabiting that place, if you are somehow able to find what's left or what remains of the familiar that the prince had lost, maybe that could also give you a bit of a boost. They are apparently the strongest familiar that was ever summoned in that place. Most likely why he got a target put on his back immediately.
That would also do it. If it seems to be a place where they are looking for that kind of magical potential, that would be a very high regard for it.
They were always planning on using the prince for whatever it is they're doing with him now. Ever since he stepped through those halls, I guess ever since he was born without having blonde hair, he was doomed for that. But whatever he did do inside of there definitely made the Academy understand that he was not someone for them to release so lightly. I doubt that you can convince any of them through normal means to let him go into your custody.
Well, it sounds like our mission's basically impossible.
this point, it has to be done either way. So
Oh,
Like even
well, I have to get going.
you do? Why?
I sense there's another person with potential that just made their way onto the opposite side of the area than all of you. So I should probably go pester them for a little while until I can convince them to combine with my power.
Good luck with that.
well,
Speaking of
good luck with
which,
that.
what about the two of you? What are their names?
Gaia, Kyle, and
That's
Kyle.
Kyle and that's all.
I don't think I should. I'm still sort of going through the idea that you are an enemy of my kingdom.
But get this, we
Drat.
can get you laid right now.
I can take your virginity.
Drat, what about you? I could have magic. I could do that. I could.
Let's go, girl.
I could have some magic. Wonderful. Here you go. What do you want to? What do you want? I could give. What's going on? Here you go.
Whatever. Here you go.
Unfortunately, I don't have time to get you to let you pick. I gotta go bother this other. Here you go. The spell doesn't actually make me go whoop, but just goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.
Is it getting further away?
You see, for a brief moment, Kyle let off a bit of a glow, very much less than how Fabio did, meaning that they can definitely control the amount of time that they glow, and we're only making Fabio glow for theatrics. But there's just like their hair slightly goes up like that.
like a little shock.
And you guys no longer feel that magical presence around you. You feel magic in the
it's
air,
gone.
but you no longer feel the presence around you.
Hooray.
What the fuck?
Oh
Yeah,
no,
that seems to be a
man.
lot of information to have to break out. Yeah.
La 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 la.
So that was a prince? They said that they were, but that's going based on what they said.
They knew things that anyone but the prince should know. So I'm gonna assume that they were being as truthful as they could be.
You don't.
They are at the very least related.
I don't feel that the king would ever do something like that to their own flesh and blood.
He sent a bunch of newbie adventurers to a forest of a witch that routinely kills people, from what he understood.
But they don't routinely kill you. You all lived. You didn't even see the witch.
He even gave us a magic item that is, you know, powerful.
They did give you. There we go. If we want to go and collect the prince, we just have to use the item that was given to you to capture the witch.
The witch has. Fabio is just that kind of tired that he can't even try not to say
Fabio
it.
says it, and then fucking Law just looks at him and just starts pressing the global snow effect again.
I'm sorry, I had to turn the air a couple of degrees while you're saying that, God.
The Dark Witch of Yule. You met them?
We did meet her.
Oh, neat.
She was very nice. It's just like Fabio's like, there are just like the deepest bags under his eyes. He just doesn't even know how to form proper sentences at the moment.
Law just pats him.
I don't know what to feel about that.
Right now, we were trying to get the other person.
What
So
you're
we go back
saying
to the-
in front of me right now is that not
Mhm.
only did you give the boon that the king gave you to one of the enemies of this place, but you're also talking with someone who just told you that they were the worst enemy of the kingdom.
She agreed to help with the thing if we were able to get another person of equal strength so that it's not all on her, because she's afraid that the king will just backstab her and do things. We were gonna come to the king with this about the deal. We were hoping things would just work out, but hearing that about the prince, it seems like it's gonna be a bad idea if we want to give him the king now. From what the thing just said, and the thing. As he just starts almost nodding off.
As right now, Cavelli's
That's
having a
alright,
nightmare
really good.
that Fabio told the truth.
I don't know what to say to what is happening here. You see them go up to the front of the party caravan, the Partivan. As you do, he comes back out with the sack of gems that he had gotten before. As he does, he will hand them over toward Law.
Oh, the prince must be in a bag too. That's gotta be the prison thing.
As they hand them over toward
Makes
Law,
sense.
you see what appears to be several of those, again, those Krog crystals inside. Only these are, again, seemingly like different colors of blue. I've gotten all of you presents. Take them. None of you disturb me. As he hands off the bag, he goes into the Partivan and then shuts the shutters.
It's like getting divorced all over again.
That probably is a lot for them to think on.
We have basically just admitted that we have lied to him. Yes.
I'm a little worried myself about working with people like the Dark Witch and whoever that was, but at the same time, if what they say is true, then that means the prince as a kid was sort of given off to someone and imprisoned for a long time. So I don't like that either. So
It would seem that's what they're saying, yes.
it also means that academy sort of has a history of kidnapping kids.
It does appear that that is what is being said right now.
So I'm a little more inclined to believe you and believe him for the sake of my brother. So I'm game to keep going. Might be a little harder without Ha'al if he decides not to come with us, though.
We might have to talk to him. I also feel very bad for what just happened.
Maybe we should have a bit of a rest here until Ha'al comes out, and maybe give him a little bit of time.
Yeah, right. That would be sound.
Maybe that voice will come back after a little while, after he's tricked another person.
I am not sure, for the sake of convincing Hall to not be upset, if that would be helpful or not. I feel like that might just respark it.
They sit down beside Cavelli.
Well, I'm good to just wait then.
We have time, right? We have 25 years and at least a week for yours.
It should be fine.
That's a couple of hours, right? Just don't think about the whole kidnapping children thing.
It doesn't matter. Like I said, if they do anything bad, they're off. I can just steal them. I feel confident in all of us, especially
I do have to ask, how do you steal a child?
in the same way they did.
Them up, they're
I
very
believe
light.
that's a very different thing.
I just go and nab him and
I
run.
believe they found a child in the forest and murdered a unicorn.
Okay, I won't murder any unicorns if that's what you're bringing up. I mean, unless a unicorn is the one doing it.
We have a foolproof plan. What I'll do is I'll come from the forest with a thing of mutton going, hey kid, do you want the mutton?
I feel like we'll figure it out.
Let's just sit down. Let's think about things for a minute. Maybe I'll come up with a name for the cloak.
The cloak is just kind of standing there watching as all this is happening.
Just watching the wars happen, dude.
As the
Like, I was just born, where am I?
As the cloak, like, awkwardly goes to Fabio, taps him on the shoulder with their sleeve. There.
Could you imagine being straight up born and immediately your parents get divorced?
You guys,
Oh, that's why they didn't go to Schmurf's birth.
you guys decide to sit and wait for Hal to get through whatever they're thinking on. Whether or not that is going to be something you guys can talk to them about, or whether you guys have to part ways from here, who knows? But I think as all of you now understand a little bit more about potentially the back story of this little mission you're on, or at least, you know, a little bit more of the being that you're going to go and collect, I think this is a good time for us to end things off here.
Woo!
Oh, like, fuck.
I didn't think that I would do all that if Fabio wasn't in this particular state of mind with everything that happened. I figured he would be drunk and say all this.
I love him. I love you, Fabio. Never
What I
fail.
especially love is that because
That cat
Cabelli
belly was passed out and couldn't say shit.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's in their brain. They have brain dreams of it. Who knows?
Yeah, like
So-
right now I'm imagining.
Don't worry,
Cabelli-
later I'll just mirage all that shit directly into your head so you can also experience the divorce
Right.
firsthand.
Right now, in Cavelli's mind, it was a fight with a bear, and the bear fight escalated to that conversation somehow, because dreams work like that. And the bear is just kind of like patting Fabio on the shoulder, and the bear becomes part of the party.
The funniest thing about us talking about this as much as we did today, because I didn't expect the conversation to go fully into that today, because literally you guys would have had to have rolled 19s to even sense them after they lied to law.
And we did.
It's just that later you thought, wait a minute.
So and yeah, and law like going and bringing up that might be the same thing. Like that, a lot of info just got dumped. Because of that info dump, I actually think I can put up a new lore page potentially tonight or tomorrow
Oh my god.
onto the Discord. Yeah.
Guys.
know if this spirit tries to do
The time
anything-
travel fucker is starting to rub in. God help us.
Like, if they do, like, their Doom from Shadow the Hedgehog, like, possession of the body thing, Cavelli won't be affected. Cavelli gets to be your Shadow the Hedgehog.
We are going to end the recording here. Hopefully everybody had a good time. And until next time, guys, like always, later days.
Later.